Okay, so we are live. Um, I noticed that there is some sort of like display, but delay with how the comments appear here versus appearing. So I'm opening the stream in my tablet. Uh, yeah, here we go. So I'll wait for some people to join in. I don't expect a lot of people to join in right now because I do know that Sneed and Technoid is live streaming right now on their end. They're live streaming for talking about the UFC. Mikey, good morning, bro. Good morning. How you doing? I I woke up and saw this. So um hang on. This was kind of crazy. I didn't expect this to happen. So it's it's really humbling. I I will share my thoughts on it. Uh but yeah, let me just share the screen. Here we go. I was not expecting this, and it was so crazy to even see this. So, um, yeah, it was very interesting. Yeah, it was very interesting, very informative. Something out of the box I normally don't do. Jason, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Let's see, yeah, Mikey, I appreciate that, bro. 11K, man. That's you know what, and I guess the reason why it's so humbling for me is just because I don't feel like that my stuff is that good. I like making videos, and that's always been my thing. Like, you know, editing a video, doing what I can to try to make it. Hey Cesar, what's up, man? Doing what I can to make it, at least semi entertaining. And yeah, I'll just completely like I get completely taken away when I see these achievements that my channel makes. Took a long time because I've been doing this since 2011. So I mean, Matt, morning, morning. All right, I'm starting to see y'all's comments in here. So Mikey's in here. Thanks for coming in, Mikey. We got Jason C. Um, Cesar's here, and we got Matt. Good morning. Yeah, it's like a totally different experience. Just for the fact is that like I said, like I just make videos. Um, so when I reach these points on YouTube where I hit, like 5K, 7K, 8K, 10K, now 11K. To me, this is your guys' hard work. The way I see it, this is your guys' hard work because, like, yeah, I make the videos, but nobody has to watch it. People could have just like look at the video thumbnail and be like, whatever, pass on it. So when you guys click the video and you guys click the thumbs ups and you guys leave comments, you're circulating the video, right? So all this is your guys' hard work. It's a culmination of your hard work. Um, because I firmly believe it this way. My channel will not be anything without you guys. You guys are the reason why the channel grows and the channel does so well. See, but your subscribers like your content, especially like last night. It doesn't always have to be about tech news and new mobile devices. I enjoyed it last night on live stream. Yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about that because I know some people were like, we gotta do more of this, and you know what? Like I agree with those that were commenting that were saying that like yeah we to do more of it. I intend to. My sister, she may come on some of them, but she's not trying to make it like a always thing for her, because I think one of the things that she was kind of taken back with was the mention of like monetization and stuff like that, right? Like she feels like that when money is involved, it kind of ruins what she's trying to do, like because I mean Okay, I don't know what happened. It killed off. So I apologize for that. I don't know. I guess my internet's being weak this morning. Cox internet. Um, let's see. There's still two watching, so I do apologize for that. But as I was saying, um, when there's money involved, she feels like it kind of ruins the message that she's trying to put out. She's doing this straight because she wants to do it. And I don't know if people caught it last night when my sister said it, that her group, the Protect the Keiki, a group that she's involved in, is not like an organization. They're not taking donations and stuff like that. Plus, she also feels like that when money is mentioned, right, it kind of kills the point of what she's trying to do. So most of her live streams are going to be on Instagram. So if you guys have Instagram, follow her Instagram page. I'm gonna do live streams with her there. I'll talk more about it on my channel. As far as like cybersecurity, ways to protect your kids, and things like that. Kind of talk more about it. Every now and then, she may join in as a guest, but as a regular thing, she's not thinking of doing it. Let's see. I understand your sister's beliefs, and if that's how she's looking at it, and it's her own opinion. She's entitled to it. Yeah, yeah. It's not like she doesn't like the platform or anything like that. She does. Um, I just think it was just like the whole mention of monetization and money and stuff like that. That's because that's what she wants people to think it's about. And then I was talking to her last night after the live stream. We talked on the Facebook Messenger, and I was telling her like she did pretty good. I mean, she did pretty good. She felt like she didn't get to drive her you know her message through. I guess it's just because new platform. It was she was kind of nervous and everything like that. I mean, she gets nervous talking to the local news in Hawaii, even though, she tries to look calm, cool, and collected. She gets nervous, being interviewed by the news. So, it's something different for her. And I told her like, this is what I intend to do on my end. I When you have a platform and you have something that you believe in, you wanna do something about it. Even if it's just live streaming with a bunch of good people and just coming up with ideas. These ideas, like for instance, if I host another live stream and we're talking about the subject and we're kind of going a little bit about it, you know, and you guys share ideas of things that parents can do, know this that I take down the notes and I'm going to give it to her so she can give it to the various different organizations that she communicates with, so that way they can use it to their benefit to kind of help teach parents and teach kids. Because we're in a new era of things, right? We're in a new thing, with modern technology. She has different views on how she looks at it. She just has to get used to your subscribers and the way YouTube does monetization. Well, see, that's the thing. She doesn't want money to taint what she's trying to do. I think that's what it is. So, like monetization, money, and stuff like that shouldn't even be mentioned at all. Last night's stream, like I know Lawrence. He has an idea that he's trying to drive, and it's good. It's good, right? Because if money is raised for something like this, it can go to those organizations and it can help benefit those organizations. You know, um, Last night, wasn't gonna get that stream wasn't gonna get monetized at all. I didn't want it to. I wanted if someone was going to speak from the heart, I want them to be able to freely say what they want to say. Plus, too, YouTube has a lot of censorship and stuff like that. So if you even mention certain keywords, you've already lost monetization. Like mentioning the virus, the name of the virus causes loss of monetization already. Unless you're like a legit news person, like a news anchor from a news channel or something like that, and they won't. But if you're just an everyday Joe like me, they will. So yeah, but she'll come back. She was really touched by a lot of you guys showing support. Especially when she kind of lost it and kind of broke down and started crying, um, because she shared the fact, that she was a survivor, and I know that because both me and my sister were a bunch of rebels when we were young. I got into a lot of trouble when I was a teenager. I mean, I didn't feel loved by my dad, so much. Like, because my dad remarried. He had my younger brother and sister, And I felt like that they were a complete family all on their own, and I was just this outside member from my dad's previous marriage. So I acted out in a bunch of ways. I ran away from home a lot. Um, my brother Ruben, he's not like my brother by blood, but in Hawaii we call that's our Hanai brother. That's like a brother not of blood, but is considered a brother. The way that our friendship has grown so big. Um, yeah, I was touched by how emotional your sister was on the live stream last night. Yeah, it's because it's the realization. It's the reason why she got involved. She's a survivor. She was a victim. She's now considered a warrior. They for the group they have these little steps, right? You are a victim when you're currently in it. You're a survivor when you come out of it, and when you've kind of faced it and has started to take your life back, you're a warrior. So yeah, she's a tough little warrior. But she and I have gone through a lot. I know exactly what she's talking about. I know her past, because obviously I'm her young brother, and I'm around for some of the things that she does. So it was tough. I know it had to have been really tough for her to not to really speak on it, but the past. You never forget these things, and the past comes back. The past comes to light. You start to see some of the stuff in your mind visually. So she's gonna come back on the channel every now and then, and talk a little bit more. She had fun last night, and she was just amazed by all the support that everybody who watched the live stream last night was giving. You, Mikey, Steve, Alex, YFS, Tech for Your Needs, Tech Love and Mama. I mean, a lot of people showed some good support. I was very, I mean, not a lot, maybe not a lot of people. Yeah, I heard what happened to Carlos, bro. I found out this morning. I'm glad that he's okay. With a lot of the stuff that we talk about, life is precious. I'll say this to Carlos, man. Carlos, if you actually watch this later, bro, I'm happy that you survived. I'm happy that you're alive. I mean, if we lost you, that would be devastating to the community, because all of us love you, Carlos. All of us do. You have a big heart. You are a very, very true, great friend. Not because of the things that you do, like hooking people up with phones or hooking people up with AT&T lines, but just you as a person, Carlos. You are a true friend. You are a great person. You have a big heart. I don't think the community would ever be the same if we lost you, Carlos. So, material things can be replaced. Material things are not important. When we pass on, we don't take our material things with us. So, I'm happy that you're doing okay, Carlos. We all love you. So, I'm gonna reach out to him later. And talk more about it. Hey, my daily side, bro. Thanks for being in here, and also I appreciate you coming in last night, man. That was some interesting things. Um, Porky, how's it going, dude? But yeah, my sister and I will do more live streams on here. We'll talk more about it. I'm gonna do some videos about it. I'm still gonna make tech videos too as well. I mean, it's all in general tech, right? Just because of the way that that these people use online to get their victims and target their victims and stuff like that. But yeah, there'll be more of that too. But if you also want to watch more of it, like I said, in the live stream from last night, in the description has my sister's Facebook group. She goes live on Facebook. If you guys want to watch it and share your ideas and everything like that, you're more than welcome to. I think one of the things that she really wanted to do last night was inspire people in different places to also, get involved in their community and bring awareness to it. It is an archaic business. It's been around for the longest time. So yeah, like Lauren said, it's not something that's going to be beaten down overnight. It's a long battle. There's been a lot of government agencies and stuff like that investigates this type of stuff and tries to mitigate how their business grows. And No, we just gotta protect our kids, really. Yeah. Uh, just got done with church. Yeah, yeah. Your sister was awesome. Oh yeah, yeah, she is. She's a wonderful person. She is a wonderful person. Hashtag replay. Yeah. You know what? Like, YouTube is a. Hang on. Let me see what this is. What happened to MTR? We have not seen him live in a while. I don't know, man. He's dealing with stuff in his life right now. I haven't really spoke to him in a while. Last I spoke to him, he was just recovering from discovering that he had diabetes and being in the hospital, which was a scary moment for him. So I'm sure he's trying to get his life pretty much situated, and I'm sure we'll see him again. I want to let you know that Boost hard capped my lines to 2 gigs at 35 gigs. Oh, at 2G. Sorry, 2 gigs. 2G at 35 gigs. Yeah. Um, well, actually, they soft capped because hard cap they would actually just completely cut off your data access. So if they throttled you down to 2G after 35 gigs, yeah, that's a soft cap, bro. And yeah, I mean that's probably one of the things that a lot of people are annoyed with just any carrier, and capping the data, throttling. I mean, there's there's companies that do deprioritization. So, and I've explained so many times the difference between throttle and deprioritization. Android Stud, congratulations. Yeah, man, thank you so much, man. Like I said, I'm still blown away. So I'm just like, wow, Um, I really don't know what to say other than that this is everybody. This is everybody's hard work. This is everybody for all the thumbs up, for all the clicks, for all the views. This is everybody's work. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, that definitely, Mike. Yeah, I agree with you there. Personal possessions and stuff. Yeah, you don't take material things with you. So, you know, being the fact is that Carlos is alive and he's well to an extent. We can all be happy in the fact that we didn't lose such a major pillar in the community. Carlos is a major pillar in the community. Sneeze community is a wonderful community, and I'm so blessed to be involved in that. And you know what? I thank Sneed too. Even though Sneed may not realize it, but it's because of him. It's because of all you guys. It's because of Sneed. It's because of Carlos. You know, it's because of even Technoid. It's because of Technoid too. Technoid watches the channel and he talks. Hey, hey, Mr. A, I'm right. What's up? Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But I should be thanking you. That's the way it goes. I thank you for helping grow this channel the way that it's gone. Um, you know, this channel has gone through evolutions, man. When I look back at it, I was looking at some of my earliest videos and going through it, reminiscing and whatnot, getting those good vibes, those good feelings, of like, this is why I came to YouTube and this is why I started making videos. And it was just heartwarming, just like, wow, from recording with a Samsung internet camera that was like recording from a potato about custom ROMs on the Samsung Galaxy S2 Epic 4G Touch, and just seeing where it went. And I honestly felt like it at the time when I was like unboxing Boost mobile phones like every month and something like that, and I decided not to because I'm not rich. I mean, I'm poor as hell, and I was like, I can't afford to do this anymore. Um, I thought that the channel was going to die. I really did, because a lot of people came in to watch the unboxing videos and stuff like that. And so when I shifted from doing unboxings and then talking more about tech news and new products coming out and new changes, and then connecting with the SMT community and talking more about networks and what I know about it, because I don't know as much as Sneed does. Like Sneed has that on lockdown. Carlos has that on lockdown. Um, there's a lot of people involved, Caleb and all them. They know more about that, and I learned from them. And I'm like, wow, But from the knowledge that I've learned from them has helped me get a better footing on talking about the tech industry. Because now I have what I've learned from them and the aspects of what goes on with building out a network, and then I also have the insight of working for the business. because I've worked with Sprint, I've worked with Verizon, so I know the business etiquette and the business mentality. And then also I'm a consumer, so because of all of you guys, because of Sneed, because of Caleb and everybody, it's given me a better footing to make these videos. And I've noticed that the differences from how I spoke before about tech to how I speak about it now, just from being involved with the SMT community. So it's been a good growth. And that's hard. That's sort of the way you too. Yeah, we are a tech family. We definitely are. I mean, to witness the growth. A few hundred, maybe 211,000. Yeah, I'm glad you're with me all the way, Mr. AM. Right, I'm so happy that you're still here. That's the thing. And don't forget about the two phones for you as well. He's a good tech YouTuber. Yeah, he is. He is. I like his live stream. He is funny on his live streams. I mean, you know what? Like we all have our different niches when it comes to YouTube, right? We all do. I know I don't live stream very much. It's a weird thing for me. I tend to just fall by the wayside, or I feel like what, like um, I have to kick myself in the butt to do a live stream. But I see Sneed doing a live stream, and then two phones. He does a live stream, but he has his little sound effects, and he has his little slogans in his live stream. So I mean, I have fun watching his stuff. He's a real good dude. Especially when he started at faux free, and everything was faux free. So I was like, it was crazy. Yeah, two phones has got that on lockdown. He was, and that was a good thing, and that grew his channel. Um, you know he uh he definitely found ways for people that were living on a budget to really maximize getting phone service and phones and things like that, and not breaking their wallet. He had that on lockdown. We forgot RFK's channel. He's a good dude and great content creator. Yeah, he is. He is. He's very knowledgeable. I mean, he fell off for a while just because of personal issues. And I'm glad that he's back. And last night he came into the live stream, kind of like took me by surprise. That he came in and engaged with everybody. He's a real good dude, real nice dude. I'm real funny on Twitter when it comes to him and his crusade against Skunk Mobile, but he's really at it. And then you know what, like this all out general dude. The community is so strong, and this cannot be possible without the community. 11,000 is like whoa. Yeah, people will hate. People will always hate. I get tons of hate messages a lot. I mean, the way that I have YouTube set up, it automatically screens comments on videos. That's why sometimes if you comment on a video and you don't see it, it just could be the algorithm that just thought your comment was spam or thought it was hate message, so it held it for review. Because I get like a ton of comments held for review, and yeah, if you cuss in your comment on my video, it's gonna get held. Then I have to approve it. Um, but I get a ton of it. It just people deal with it different ways. Some people that have really really thick skin and they don't care, and then there's some people that's like out of sight, out of mind. And that's how I am. I'm out of sight, out of mind. Sometimes my emotions can take the better of me, and I don't want to come on here and make a fool of myself just because somebody was able to get under my skin. So out of sight, out of mind. And then when I see it later on down the road, like 2 3 months later, I have laughs. That's one of the things that me and my lady do. We go into my held for review comments, and we read all the stuff that people say about me. And they say some pretty hurtful things, but it's funny. I take it funny, and so we read it and we laugh, and yeah. I only watch tech YouTubers. That is true of what they do online and in person to you. Yeah. Um, let's see. Well, it's so the thing. I'm going to answer this. So the thing about content creators, people tend to have their favorites. Let's say another like tech YouTuber, and because their style is different, because the way that they do things is different. Yo, Sneed, what's up, man? Let me know if you want in, bro. And they see things differently, and then the creator and how they do things, and yeah, they just tend to just dislike the person, you know, and so they'll just say what they want to say, and it's crazy. They just hate on him, because he does things a little bit differently. So hang on, I'm about to. Okay, let's see. But yeah, bro. Let me pop Twitter open. Yeah, I'm just taken back by all this. So 11K. That's crazy. That's still, and it could go down because I know, like, YouTube purges subscriber counts too, right? Like, you could be like at 11,000, and the next day you could be like at 10,996, and that's just because um accounts get purged. YouTube goes through it, and, like, accounts that haven't been active in a while, they just scrub them. But yeah, I just sent the link, bro. Yeah, it happens. Let's see. Aha. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm gonna see if Steve comes in here. I'm waiting. I sent out the link. Ricky, Ricky, what's up, bro? I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, dude. All right, bro. Let me know if you got the link, or if you didn't get it, I'll resend it again. Oh man, I got the sniffles this morning. I was kind of choked up in the beginning, so don't mind me. Yeah. Oh my god, man. It's a lot happening. Like, last night into this morning, it's just been a lot. It's been crazy. And by the way, Ricky, I really appreciate the insight last night, bro. I really appreciate that. I passed it along, and she got it too. So big thumbs up, man. Yeah. So, like, I mean, I don't know, but with the whole talks of what I was talking about on last night's stream, I oh, we got him in. Give me the thumbs up if you're ready to come in, man. What's
Yeah.
up, bro?
Hey, man. What's up, bruh?
Not much, dude. Just
Congratulations, my dude.
yeah, man. I'm still it's still a shock for me that my channel even came this far. So
Not for me, dude. You're an OG in the game, man. You've been doing this, bro.
yeah, man. Like, what? It's 2011. That's a long time.
Dude, I was watching you. I was watching JG. A lot of the guys that were making tech content. Because you know how YouTube works, bro. The algorithm starts feeding you videos, similar videos, associated videos. And yeah, man, I'm not surprised. You're very insightful. You're very thoughtful. You're objective on a lot of things. Watching kind of like the refresh of your channel over the last year or so, right? Because it's kind of like a reboot in a way.
Yeah.
You've changed the direction a little bit. You don't care what anybody has to say about the content and the topics you discuss. I love it, bro. Love it.
Yeah, I learned a lot from you guys, though. That's what I was saying earlier, man. Like, you guys have been a real big help in changing my footing on YouTube, because, like I said, it was always about, like, the business etiquette and then the consumer standpoint. But then, like, with your community, I learned a lot about how networks actually build out, function,
Mm-hmm.
and so then that gave me three things to look at. So I really appreciate you, man. I really, really do thank you. Like, this is a celebration because of you, because of the community, because of everybody.
Yeah, the community's big time, and it gives you positive energy to put back into the content. I never find myself thinking maybe I should or shouldn't make this video. I can pretty much make any video I want, and I know that the audience is there for it. I'm cool with it. It's good, and live streaming is fun, bro. Now that you've done a couple recently, which is pretty sweet because I've always wondered if that was going to be something you would do more of in the future. But like everybody has their own process. Live streaming, for some people it's like it's good for it to be random. Some people have a planned live stream that they do weekly. There's different ways. They say I don't know, maybe it's kind of weird, but they say there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I don't know, man. I just like I'm still like it's weird right now. It's weird for me because like I'm celebrating, but then like yeah, I also because I watched your scope this morning, dude. So I was also shocked on that on Carlos.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's well. I'm glad he's well.
Yeah,
Even if like anytime somebody gets involved in a situation like that, you're a little shook up and stuff, but I think overall, the health is always the most important concern. It's always primary. There's always going to be another thing, and that's good that there will always be another thing because that means, things are okay. I mean, he's like my brother.
yeah.
So there's a lot of worry and stuff like that. But as soon as I knew he was good, and okay and healthy, that's all that mattered.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was saying. Because Mikey told me about it too earlier, and I was like, yeah, material things we don't take with us when we leave this world. So, I'm just happy that he's physically here because, he's a pillar in the community. So
Yeah,
it'd be detrimental if anything was to happen to him. So I'm like thankful that he's good.
Yeah, totally agree. He's so good to people and he's so helpful and generous. Carlos has done a lot of good things in this world. And I know he's bummed out about, his situation, but dude, you can't change who you are. You get frustrated with situations. If you change who you are, you let the situation win. So, I know he speaks in frustration now, but things always work out, bro. They always say that if you lose something, the next thing you get will be better.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't your control or whatever external factors. Bigger, better, and brighter days are forthcoming.
Yeah, that's why, man. I was just shocked to know that happened, but I'm just glad to know he's okay.
Yeah, it was literally during like Ricky's stream yesterday. That's why I popped out.
Oh man.
Yeah, and that's why I was able to get on and watch a little bit of your stream last night because it was after all of that. Your guys' stream was a little bit later. And by the way, dude, nice job, great job hosting. Your sister's awesome. Lawrence is awesome. Very good people. What a message, dude. Big time, bro. And that's why I was super chatting, bro. I'm like, let me just flood this in here a little bit, bro. It's such an important cause. I'm like, yeah, this is great, man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know how anyone was gonna take it, just because it's such a different thing than what I normally talk about. But
yeah, but that's who you are. That's the type of person you are. When something's important to you, you bring it out there.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk more about that. I mean, that's I was even taken away when more people were like, "Yeah, do more streams. Let's talk more about this. Let's bring awareness to it." I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly the goal here.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted."
I'm glad they were receptive to that. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna do more of that. For her, it's like I talked to her last night. She was just like all worried about how things went. I told her everything went fine.
After you guys were talking,
yeah, because I think one of the things that she didn't want mentioned at all was like monetization or money or anything like that. She doesn't want money to kind of like put a dent in what she's trying to do. And I told her, yeah, I totally get it. Actually, yesterday's I was trying to tell Lawrence that he wanted me to monetize the stream. I told him it wasn't going to happen because it's a real thing, and sometimes your emotions get the best of you when you talk about it. Like, if I was to think about like one of my kids, being taken. Just thinking about it could bring a rise out of me where things are going to slip what I say. So yeah.
You know yourself well then. I mean, that was a good call. Yeah, you never know which way it could have went. What's up, Technoid?
I'm gonna shoot him an invite. He wants to come in. I'll bring him in.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
Let's, let's see if I can get him in here. Yeah, it was good. I had fun, and it was great. Just kind of giving insight and wanting to get people's feedbacks, because that's what she was looking for too. Was like people to drop some ideas that she can share with her community,
Mm-hmm.
and bring more back. Because like a lot of the people that connect with her, they're they still have like the kind of like the old school mentality, and like how to combat like snatch and grabs, and how to look for stranger danger and things like that. The tech side of things is what I'm trying to help her out with, right? So she can give more to the different like organizations that she works with over there, and bring them some more insight. So yeah.
Yeah,
uh,
I think some of the things you mentioned about the tech with prevention and awareness and knowing where potential for things occurs, knowing risk factors, behaviors. Uh, before step 2 is step 1.
yeah.
Before step 5 is step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Things happen in succession. So, what could be done before things get to the last point.
Yeah. So I figure I would do more about that, and make some videos talking about it. Just kind of like maybe doing like some tutorials, just to kind of help parents to set up like things like Family Link, or like how to set up, like parental screening on iOS, just so that, because there are some parents out there that just look at tech, and it kind of baffles them. I mean, that's the reason why they follow your channels, to learn from you guys about
Yeah.
how to do it. Yeah. So I figured, hey, I just take the same concept and just put it out there for those that want to learn about it, so that way it'll help them, better like monitor their kids, because kids are free for all on the internet nowadays, man. My kids are on the internet, and my
It's
oldest son.
but if you give them those proper etiquette, the know-how of how to exist online. What apps are concerning, what behaviors to stay away from. Here are some signs that are trouble. They have these conversations. Parents have these conversations with kids. They teach them right and wrong. How to sense certain things. What are the warning signs or the signals? It's awareness. I think that's it's tougher for a kid. Your sister spoke about a 16-year-old mentality. It's 100% true. Sometimes it's just the fact that they're naive to situations they don't know.
Yeah.
So proper training, proper education. Maybe they need to do some of that at school too. When these kids are at school for 8 hours a day, maybe they need some of that. Or continue to bombard kids with the message so they never forget it. I mean, you could tell a kid, clean your room 100 times, and it doesn't get done. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
doesn't, like Yasmin is 4 years old. I have to remind her to eat her eggs. She's in front of her eggs. I have to remind her 13 times to finish her eggs. She's
Yeah.
like looking everywhere. That's how kids are. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Hey, speaking of which, I was gonna ask you, in your schools, or in the schools in your city, do they still have like the DARE program come in and spend time with the kids? No.
Nah, man, the DARE program's gone. I remember the DARE program.
Yeah.
Funding is always going to go by the wayside as soon as financial situations, go down in the dumps. It's first, it's like the extra stuff that gets cut off. Then it's like art programs and music programs and stuff, and then it's the academia. So
Yeah.
DARE was one of those things that went by the wayside when they felt maybe there's not a great advantage to it, because kids are still doing drugs, right? Kids are still getting in trouble. There's all these different things. It must not be effective. Well, I mean, you don't really know that. There are some kids that you literally can't help because they don't listen.
Yeah.
They don't take heed to the advice or the recommendations. So yeah,
Yeah.
they cut that off for sure.
They need to bring that back though, man, because I don't know. That was something that like, I was always like. They had that when I was growing up and going to school, and
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, they would come in. They would have like a few police officers, and then a couple of people from the program, and they would talk, drugs, and they would talk about like strangers, like how to deal with them. And with that being cut off, and school's not doing that anymore. Obviously, it's, to me, in my opinion, it just, it doesn't give, more information to the kid, because sometimes kids are more receptive when they hear it from somebody other than their parents, because sometimes kids think, oh, you're my dad, you're my mom, you're just being overly paranoid. But then when they hear it from like a cop, or they hear it from like a program like that, it's a little bit different. So I just wish they would bring something like that back, or maybe even allow it to be spoken about in schools at least like once, twice a year.
I think what helps is when they see their role models, pop culture icons, when they kind of get involved in these different, they use their platform to get a message across. Like, could you imagine J. Cole going to a school and speaking to kids about something? Like, the kids would be like, yeah, whoa, like J. Cole's here, like he's, and then, speak to a subject like that, or, just fill in the blank, whoever the star of the region is, especially if it was somebody who's local.
Yeah,
Like if Drake went back to Canada, Toronto or wherever. Is that where he's from? Toronto? I don't know.
I believe so. I believe it's
Yeah,
from Toronto.
or if like Nas goes back to Brooklyn or Queensbridge, and speaks to kids in the projects, like they're all ears, because they're gonna say, here's a guy from here, or here's a gal from here, and they made it, and here's how they did it, or here's the things that they saw, and here's how they dealt with them or avoided them or whatever. Probably more of that modeling needs to happen.
Actually, yeah, that would work. I'll share a story that's kind of interesting. So, back in the day, when I was in high school, so the group Bone Thugs and Harmony came to Hawaii to perform, and
They're from Cleveland, bro. That's
yeah,
silly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was like, and so it was cool because our school had contacted, I guess, their manager or something like that, to see if one of the members would come over and speak, because they were doing awareness about child abduction and stuff like that in our high school. So Busy Bone came to our high school, and he shared what happened to him as a child, and it was shocking. And like, I didn't even know that he was actually on. I think it was it Unsolved Mysteries or America's Most Wanted? One of those two shows. He was actually on it because
Wow.
his dad had abducted him from his mother, and took him to a place, and he was assaulted by his dad's friend's son, who happened to be gay. And he had shared that with us, and it was like, whoa,
Wow.
and this was, and it was crazy because now when you look, like, you see like all these interviews, these documentaries about famous people, and then I see documentaries about him, and then around that time that he came to our high school and spoke about it, he was also battling his alcoholism.
Hmm.
And it was like, so for me at the age, hearing that from a group that I grew up listening to, that I idolized, because I mean, yeah, I'll be honest, I idolize Bone Thugs and Harmony. I try to rap fast like them. Dude, when I had the long hair, I did the braids.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, I was like,
Bro, they were big time.
yeah.
They were big time.
And so hearing someone that I looked up to share that, I guess that kind of helped me
He was like an
growing up.
open book, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, wow, I think they need more of that. So when you mentioned about like J. Cole coming to a school, like, yeah, they should, these people of influence should really use their platform to do more good than bad. That's the way
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, I think LeBron as a NBA's most established superstar, like he has that type of power too.
Yeah.
But it's not in everyone.
Yeah.
Not everyone is comfortable in that place, because you become human when people start to see those insecurities, or these internal demons that people may be fighting, and maybe they don't like they feel exposed in a way. uh yeah, it's not for and some people don't think it's right for their career. Maybe they do it at a later time, but like currently they wouldn't. Like, I could tell you right now, there are some music artists who have no business speaking about any type of social issues. No way. No way. Not the way they're living. Not the way they act. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to be real. It's got to be authentic. They got to come correct.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, they could definitely do it. And I see a lot of movie stars becoming more aware and more active, fighting the good fight, you know,
Yeah,
which is good. Yeah.
yeah. We'll see where it goes, man. We'll see where it goes because I'm gonna keep pushing this issue and just trying to get more people, and like I said, I said this on Facebook too. You don't even really have to go out and like sign wave like what my sister does back home, but even like sharing someone's video
Hmm.
helps.
Yeah.
Spreading it, getting more people aware of it. That's you're doing a major role when you do things like that.
Yeah. I wish people shared more stuff. I don't know. I'm not on Facebook, so I
Yeah,
don't know how the sharing is there. I'm not on Instagram either, but I know that on Twitter, some people are very actively they're sharey. They like to share everything. Like they retweet a lot. They send out articles, frequently. And some people are more passive. They take in the information.
yeah,
So not everybody's even as active in that way. Hey, come on. Kimon has become a very active member of the community. And I just want to say, uh, Kimon, thank you, man. You've been amazing. And, you know, th- I know we saw you super chatting a little bit, supporting in that way. The
yeah,
retweets, the shares, you've been an amazing asset to the community. We appreciate you very much. Thank you.
yeah. I started noticing that, and I seen comments too. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's awesome.
Kimon is very nice, very good person.
So you're not too far away from 11K, bro. I'm like trying
Oh,
to
where
get.
am I at, bro? I want to see. Let me check my counter. I got YouTube Studio, man.
I was like, that's like the goal, dude. The goal is to get you guys. Like, I told Lawrence this too. Yeah, there's gonna be a point where my channel has to go down. Like I can't do this forever.
Mm.
I don't know, dude. I got shocked because he kind of took it like directly and was just like scolding me like I was his son.
Ooh, ooh.
Lawrence, Lawrence is like, you can't go anywhere. I'm like,
Well, so he is kind of like Big Bro. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? He's got that like elder statesman wisdom about him. He's usually right about stuff.
yeah,
So it's like you kind of listen. Uh, very kind, very generous, good person, lots of respect to his process, a lot of considerations and stuff. So, but yeah, he doesn't want to, he wouldn't want to see anybody go. That's why, he really enjoys the community. And yeah, it would probably bother him to know that you were thinking about exiting.
yeah. I think he misinterpreted that because, like I told him,
Yeah.
like if I was to go, it wouldn't be like this to completely disappear and never interact. Like it would be, I would be on the sidelines
Mm,
and just push harder for you,
yeah.
for Carlos, for him, for Technoid to just get up there. Like that would be the plan. So like people would still see me because like if you did a live stream and I was able to come in and just join you, they would see me there. Um, that's the idea that I have, because
My,
eventually. Oh, go
my,
ahead.
my, I was going to say, when I heard you say it, I interpreted it as you were just looking down the line.
Yeah,
I didn't see it any other way. So
yeah. No, it ain't happening anytime soon. But when it does
please
happen,
no, please no.
no, it's because like it hit me because was like 2 weeks ago. I was hanging out in the kitchen and my 9-year-old, she was with me, and so I noticed something and I talked to my wife about it. I'm like, do you think that it's time that because she looks like she's starting to really develop? And my wife's like, yeah, we have to go get her a bra. And man, it hit me like a ton of bricks because I'm like, no, that's my baby girl. No, it's not time yet.
Bruh, that's crazy, bro. My daughter's 4. I don't even want to. No. No.
Yeah. I was like, oh, so we went to the store, we went to go look for
Is she your
things.
oldest?
She's my oldest daughter.
Okay.
My youngest daughter is only 2 years behind her. So it's like I'm gonna get those bricks dropped on me again not too long from now. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, but at least you'll kind of have a little bit of a callus to it, just a little bit. Like you've sensed it a little.
Yeah, so I'm like, and then my daughter wants to do YouTube. And I'm like, I'm working with her right now on a video because like I'm showing her like, if you're gonna do YouTube, you're gonna do YouTube. You know, it's so
It's a good way to put it. I dig
yeah.
it. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So we're going through her videos. I'm like, no, 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 this ain't gonna work. You know, like no, you just
Not
can't
happening, Chief.
you just can't tackle your brother on to like that on a video. It's not how it works. But she's real adamant about it, and she's really putting a lot of effort. Like she does these videos. She comes to me as a consultant. I'm like, okay, yeah, I would change this and this, and then when she's ready, she's gonna give me the video, so I have to edit it, and then she has to view the edit and finalize the big thumbs up, and then I can upload it to her channel. I'm like,
All
okay.
right, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the final say, Dad.
Yeah, I gotta screen everything that they do, and I'm
It's
like,
nice that you're throwing it back and forth, though. Right. So
yeah,
she makes content, you give feedback, she makes adjustments, you approve or disapprove, and then it could go. Right.
yeah. It's like I don't know. It's just she seemed that I do YouTube because like they never knew what I would do. Like I would come in here, or I would like be like, "Hey guys, I would close my room door. I'll be right
Yeah.
back." They
Right.
didn't know what I was doing until they were on my TV in the living room, and they went to the YouTube app and launched it, and like
Oh, okay.
it signed into my Gmail, so they seen this video and they're like, "That's Dad." So they clicked it. They come in my room. I didn't know you did YouTube. Like,
Wait, that's crazy. You've been doing YouTube forever, man.
yeah. Like they like a couple of times I had them in videos. I'm like, what did you guys think I was doing? Like, I think when I hit like 5,000 subscribers, I did a thank you video and I had them in it. And I'm like, what did you guys think I was doing?
How far back does that go?
Oh man, I think that was I think 2015, 2015 or 2014, around there.
So they're just little ones.
Yeah, but they're like they didn't think it was going to YouTube. They just thought I was just recording to record.
Nah. Yasmin's she knows like about like when I'm recording videos, she'll go upstairs, she'll leave me alone. But like when I live stream, she loves to crash my live streams, man. She'll like climb me, slide under, slither up my leg, and then sit on my lap. And she wants to grab the microphone and and start saying things and say hi. And I don't know. I really don't try to get in the way because it just turns into a thing. If you stop them, you have to find like a middle ground with the little kids, bro. They got to feel like they win a little bit,
Yeah. My daughter tends to do that. My oldest one, like so, like if she was up right now and she'll come in here to say good morning, and if she saw us live streaming, she will like talk to me, but I could see her try to inch her way into the camera view to see.
First, it's like an eyelash, then it's like an eye, then you see like half a nostril.
Yeah, because she does that when I video chat with my sister or my dad. It's just like she'll come in, she'll say hi to me, but she's not even looking at me. She's looking at the laptop, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm right here." Yeah, she's like that. But I love my kids to death. That's the reason that I did that whole thing with my sisters. And I figured there's parents out there that would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Sometimes they don't even know what's going on. I had no idea that was happening in Hawaii at that level.
Yeah, it was. So it's a crazy thing. I didn't mention it on the live stream, but I mean, it's. She said it's cool that I mentioned it. It's like so in the video that I did that I talked about it, where it opens up showing the KITV news segment, and it had my sister on there. The guy standing next to her, his name is Lindsay Kinney, and he's starting to grow in Hawaii as someone that's known only because he. I guess someone say it's a bad thing. He kind of told on an underground syndicate in Hawaii and what they did involving the death of a guy. Because he's actually a hitman.
Oh.
And he went public and told that this organization came to him and they put a hit out on a guy that they wanted. And so the main guy who ran the syndicate recently got arrested. And he's been all over the news. His name is Mike Minsky, and like he runs like several businesses in Hawaii. And his syndicate also is involved in things like that, and trafficking people and whatnot. They're connected to an extent. So Yeah, it was crazy, because my sister's around that guy. Like I was giving her, tips like, hey, just kind of be careful. Like they probably won't go after the guy in revenge in public with that many people there. But since you are on the news being seen with him, you could possibly be a target. And like
Sure.
Hawaii laws is so dumb. Like she has a license, she does have a firearm, but in Hawaii you're not allowed to carry your firearm anywhere.
So what's the license for?
That's just crazy. And
That
like
doesn't even make sense.
and the other thing that doesn't make sense about Hawaii is like when it comes to gun laws is that you cannot use it unless you're in imminent danger.
Why else would anybody use it?
That's what I'm saying. And then, like,
Why is that even a stipulation? The right is to bear arms.
yeah, that's the craziest thing. When she told me that, because I told her like here in Arizona, you can carry, you can conceal carry, you can open carry. You just have to have a license to carry a firearm. That's it. So but here it's not a big deal. You see anyone walking around with a gun holstered on their hip.
It's there's two parts to it: gun education, gun training. It's an understanding of what it is as a tool. As a
Yeah,
weapon. And that's one of the things that I learned. From my friends that are in law enforcement. When they go through the academy and they go through their training, they have to get tased. They have to know what it's like to get tased so they know what they're delivering to the citizens. So
yeah,
they know like this is a last resort. Like you have no other option. It's and it's a judgment call, and it's always been that. How you conduct yourself as a citizen, those are your judgments.
yeah,
And we have laws and guidelines and cultural norms and things like that. But I've always wished that people would always be good, and it would always be like from the inside they would always try to do the right thing.
yeah,
So I try to have faith in people, but man, it's hard to do the right thing when things are set up that don't make sense, because somebody could do the right thing and go to jail.
yeah. That is,
That's the worst case scenario in all of that, is somebody did the right thing and now they're in prison. And that's happened, and it's going to happen, it's imminent, and that's just the sad realistic nature of it.
yeah, bro. When you talk about getting tased, dude. Oh my God, getting tased sucks. Getting gassed sucks. Because I used to work as a CO at a prison in Oklahoma back in 2005, and training for that sucked. I mean,
So
I
they gave it to you so you knew what it was.
oh yeah, it was like I had no idea because like we were doing the training when I was a new recruit into it. I used to work for CCA, Corrections Corporation America, before they got sued and shut down. But then we were in week 4 of training, and they're like, "Okay, this is defensive tactics. You guys are going to learn how to fight." And so we're like, "Yeah, cool." We took classes. A little bit of MMA was involved, and
Mhm.
um, the last day, they're like, "Okay, we're doing chemical training, and we're doing weapons." I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna shoot guns and stuff." And we did, but then they were like, "Yeah, so you're gonna pair off with buddies. They got this little room, and they're like, okay, you guys are gonna spar, but we're gonna throw this tear gas in there because you guys
Uh,
gotta learn how to fight, even if there's tear
amongst everything, right?
yeah, so I have my partner. They throw the canister in. The room fills up. We go in with our masks, and we're all like suited up. And then they're like, "Okay, once the mask gets pulled off, your my objective was to take the guy down and to control him and subdue him." And as soon as that mask came off, I was already tearing, snot coming out, coughing, and I'm fighting. I'm like, I felt bad for the dude. Like we got out of there. I'm like, "Yo, man, I'm sorry. I drooled all over you." He's
Dude.
like,
Yeah, this was way before the pandemic, right?
yeah. Then like after getting all that, and then we got pepper sprayed, and they
Uh,
set it up where there's 3 areas, so like a baseball diamond field thing. You get sprayed, it takes effect. You got to walk up, you got to throw 10 punches to the bag, you got to walk to the next person, throw 10 kicks. Then there's a guy that's handcuffed. You got to be able to take off the handcuffs, and then you got to cross the finish line. And I'm like, I did
wow.
that. Then the last part was like, yeah, by the way, we have tasers. You guys got to know what it feels like so you understand what you're doing with these things. And pop, I was like, oh my God.
Jeez.
It's just, I locked up. I
Right.
could not move, and
Sure.
I just dropped. I've never been tased before until working as a corrections officer. I was like, wow. So when people talk about tasers, man, I know the damage they could do.
I always see the instructional videos or whatever of the people getting tased, and they always interlock,
Yeah.
right? They because they're gonna drop. You know what I mean? Like, you're going down, son. Unless you're on angel dust, like, you're going down.
Yeah, you know what shocks me is like when you see those videos on YouTube, like people post videos and like someone gets tased, but it has no effect, and I always scratch my head like, how?
It's the influence of substances.
Has
Yeah.
to be because
Mhm.
no straight-minded person is going to be able to fight through that. Like in my
There's
opinion.
there's a circulated video. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but I remember it very vividly. I might have been in high school when I saw it because YouTube was just starting to take off. Like, it
Yeah.
was just starting to be a thing. Like, when I was graduating high school, starting college, there was a guy it was angel dust. It was PCP. And he was at a horse track, like, betting, and he got into some trouble with the wrong people. Bro, they were pummeling him and he was laughing.
Bro.
I mean, they had bats, they had weapons, and it was like 5 minutes straight. I mean, he ended up dying like an hour later of internal bleeding. He was hemorrhaging blood. Like, as soon as he wasn't high anymore, he was done. But like, he was laughing and fighting back, and it was insane. And that's what I knew. Like, there are some things out there, some substances that are there. It's like elixir, like it does something to the nervous system, and God, man, that embalming fluid, the bath salts, I mean, you name it, people are doing it, and it makes them like zombies. It's
Yeah.
like Walking Dead, essentially, bro.
Man, I'm just
Yeah.
like, whoa. I took that and
They'll
then
keep tasing, though. They'll keep tasing.
yeah.
The cops and stuff. Like, yeah, they will keep trying. They'll do whatever it takes, bro. They'll bring in another taser gun. They'll just keep giving the watts, bro.
Yeah, I think during that training time, I think the only thing I was happy about was like we put on this vest. It was like really, really padded, and we took a hit from the rock salts from a shotgun, from like a long range distance.
Mm.
I'm like, and I was thinking to myself, like, why did I sign up for this job? But yeah, I had to get away from that business, bro. Like, the prison that I worked at in Oklahoma was a North Fork Correctional Facility, and I was there during the riot. I made that like I told my sister because she always asked me like I was happy working as a corrections officer. I was doing a lot. I felt good. Like why did I walk away from it? And I explained to her I was like the riot. I lost I lost my shit on the riot. I don't cuss if you want to. I don't care. But I lost it because I got in trouble for using because they have like different ammunition. They have ammunition used for indoor and then used for outdoor. And what had happened was North Fork houses different inmates from different states. So we had like Oklahoma inmates, we had Washington.
These state penitentiaries.
No, this was just it was weird. It was a private prison.
Oh, okay, got
Yeah.
it. So it would have been like if something would have happened on a county level or something like that, they would be sent to these facilities.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was already tension rising because we had just got Washington inmates in, and then California inmates was coming. They had built a whole new area just to house California inmates, and
Wow.
Washington inmates, they were upset because they had to wear jumpsuits, and we had them color coordinated to know what state they were from.
What were they used to?
Regular clothes.
What?
In Washington State at the prisons out there, they wore regular clothes.
Wow.
And
Okay. All right.
so they were getting upset and they were causing tension, and word got out that they were supposed to be like they were going to riot, but our chief did not take it seriously. And at that time, I had been promoted to a sergeant, so my post was the walkway between all the pods, and that day the riot happened. We had new trainees come in. They were working. I don't know why the captain put two of them to run the chow hall, and so what the inmates did was they started a fight on the walkway. So I had to deal with that. So we subdued two of them from fighting, and we tried to isolate them, and then we had to get one over to the infirmary. And when the fight on the walkway happened, the they started to riot inside the chow hall. They started throwing like trays. They were starting to assault kitchen staff. And one of the trainees, he was in the door that where the inmates come in, and then there was another door to come out. He was at the entrance door. He seen that, and like the rule of practice is because there's one officer inside the chow hall watching the trays, is that guard is supposed to wait till that officer inside the chow hall gets out, and then they're supposed to close the doors to contain it.
Hmm.
But what ended up happening is that the new recruit got scared out of his boots and realized you're working in a prison. He slammed both the doors closed, locking that officer inside.
No.
So yeah, I had one officer inside the chow hall. In that chow hall holds about 250 inmates at a time. So he's locked in there with those guys. They're tearing down the ceiling, and they see him. They see him over there by where the trays come out. So they figured, hey, let's go beat this guy down out of frustration. So they end up assaulting him.
Damn.
And there was one inmate in there that was trying to protect the officer. Like he stopped another inmate because they had those big like jugs filled with tea, and he was trying to drop it on the guard's head. One inmate stopped another inmate from doing that, but I was so pissed on how things went down that I didn't care. I was using outdoor ammunition, so I grabbed one of the tear gas canisters that's used for the yard, and I opened up the beam slot to the door to the chow hall, and I just chucked them in there, just started filling that whole place up with it. And I got wrote up for it because of how I handled it. And we signed a waiver about that should anything go down, if the prison's taken over, like we understand that they're not gonna bargain with the inmates if we're held hostage, right? Like
Right.
our lives are pretty much done. I didn't care. I wanted to save that officer's life. He didn't make it from the assault, and that really messed with me. Like for a long time, I was like sunk in depression and everything like that because I felt like I should have done more to save him, and I walked away from it. And I was like, I can't do this. I resigned. I left. I never went back to work for the company.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't even put myself in that position. I want no parts of that, bro. To be in a position where you could have somebody's life in your hands, dude, that's heavy. Situations. I mean, if you could imagine it, it could happen any given moment.
Yeah, I was like, because losing him and then being in trouble for doing something that I felt was like the best course of action to do to try to save his life. And then, like the team that I had, they were pretty crappy. Like no, like none of like they were literally like, oh, who's gonna tell this guy's wife that he's not coming home? And I'm like, you know what? It shouldn't even be a discussion. Like I drove to her house because he didn't live too far away from the prison. I drove to their house and I had to tell her. I was like, the cops were already there talking to her anyways. They had beat it to the punch because everything leaked out. It was all over the news. But I had to tell her. And it's not a good thing to have to go to someone's wife and say, your husband's not coming home.
Wow. Those experiences would be like the type of thing that you would never forget. Your senses are on like 1,000. So even every moment to moment you remember. And a lot of those situations play back over and over again. They could really hurt somebody emotionally long term.
It did. And it messed with me for a long time. So like, I have friends that's like, yeah, I'm gonna be a corrections officer and this and that. And I'm like, be prepared to
You got to be built for it, right?
Yeah, you got to. And even for things like that. And so like from that moment I knew like this wasn't for me. Like
Yeah. Right.
I can't do that. So I walked away from it. The craziest thing, man. Life is short,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what do you got planned going down the road, dude?
With the channel?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Things are going good. The channel growth is steady. The community's gotten bigger. There's kind of collaborations that occur occasionally, which is nice. I've heavily involved. Carlos is a big part of the community and the channel. Ricky's back. working with Technoid for a while now, and we're all intertwined in this whole tech community, wireless tech community, I guess we'll call it,
Yeah.
because we're not really a part of the regular tech community, the mobile tech community, actually. So it's interesting when I look at mobile technologies, I think of wireless networks. When people think mobile technologies, they think it's just like manufacturers' smartphones. But
Yeah.
the only reason we care about the smartphones is because they're the driving force of the network, right? They're the
Yeah.
engine. So, yeah, we care about both, but like we're really more about the network operations and wireless side of things. I would rather talk about Bluetooth and Wi-Fi than I would actually about smartphones sometimes, because I feel like smartphones have gotten so I don't know. Can we say that we've reached the pinnacle of smartphone? Because like
Yeah.
not much changes, and what people want has become like people want simplification. Actually, people actually don't want complicated because the number one selling phone is made by a manufacturer that does not innovate or take chances.
Yeah.
So they actually don't want weird, unusual, and innovative. They want I just want it to work. So if your quote is "I just need it to work," then that means there we could just keep making the same thing over and over again, which is what they do. So the only thing that really gets upgraded annually is internal. Like what happens with the SoC? What's up with the cellular modems? What's happening on the network side of it? What's going on with the these whatever unique software features? It's really not about like the smartphone itself, like the design. Like
Yeah.
they're not changing. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Rishi? Good to see you, man. Wireless
Yeah.
performance specialist. Damn, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. I just see them in here. I mean,
That's
Rishi, if you want to come in, bro, let me know and I'll DM you a link.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you're totally right on that. I think that's the thing today that it's like a back and forth. Like I noticed, like with people that communicate with me. I'll say this, and people could get mad, but you're not gonna get anything else out of smartphones. They've hit that glass ceiling. They've hit it. I mean, like you said, it's
There
always
could be
internal.
there could be a renaissance, but like there would have to be overhaul, right?
Yeah,
In our expectations.
yeah. But currently, right now, I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
It's like it just boils down to, like you said, this the SoC, the internals, and that includes camera. Like
Mm.
camera is like, I mean, I was baffled when the most important thing to most consumers that would talk about smartphones was like the camera, and I'm like, the camera, really? That's all you guys really care about? But I mean, it shows
They
how.
must be interacting with their camera heavily,
Yeah,
right? For
yeah,
them to say that's a priority, because that's the thing. For most people, it's the display,
yeah,
right? They're staring at their phone, so a quad HD display, 4K, super bright OLED, that sort of thing. Like that would be somewhere to look at, But honestly, man, I got my first Samsung Galaxy Note ever this year, and I'll never do it again. I will
exactly.
never buy buggy, you know. Like it's cool to have this amazing hardware, but like if the software sucks, dude, it's yeah. I have no problems with my Pixel 3 XL on a software side.
Yeah,
No performance issues, no glitches, no nothing. I have more problems with my iPhone than I do my Pixel. I have an 11 Pro Max that is buggier than my Pixel 3 XL. 100%. I don't care what anybody says about iOS. I do not care. I don't even have the beta installed. It is just stock 13.5 or wherever the hell it's at. I don't know. But I'm telling you,
yeah,
like, I don't have problems with my 10s Max. That phone is flawless. But I don't know, dude. Seriously, I'm trying to downsize. I have too many phones. I have a Note 10 Plus 5G. I have the 11 Pro Max. I have an 11 that I'm gonna sell because I don't like the LCD display.
yeah.
I have I just sold my Note LTE. I feel like I have one more. Anyways, I got to downsize. I got to sell like 3 of them and then just keep 2 or something. I don't know. So but all I know is that everything's cool when it's working, and then when something starts failing, it's a pain. So I feel it when somebody says I need it to work, but that should be a given. That's not like something to buy. Like everything needs to work. Like compromising and whether or not it works is unreasonable. That doesn't even make sense. Like Carlos is having trouble with the LG V60, saying
Yeah.
that the cellular was an issue, was dropping into 3G and stuff. Unacceptable. That's horrible. And then he was saying that the OnePlus 8 from Verizon was cooking in his hand. Unbelievable. What's up, Lawrence?
Not
Yeah.
Alright.
much.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are talking about smartphones, right? And it's like I've been through majority of all the evolutions, with the exception of the bag phone. When you go back to '91, it was ultra classic Motorola ultra classic brick phone. I mean, that thing was such a beast. I left it on my friend's hood.
Bro,
On
91, bro. Tito's breath still smelled like Similac, bro. Talk about 91. Uh,
No, I left it on the roof of his car, and he drove off, and that thing hit the ground, and it's like nothing happened to it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It kept
Wow.
on going.
the Dynatech, yeah.
The only thing I can, you know what? There's one thing I want to say. Ricky's coming back. If if I could make a suggestion to Ricky, and please don't take it the wrong way, it's like he's okay. He's talking about the air gig, right? That 4-hour live stream. But all his stuff that he's gonna make for the live stream, make like a small 5-10 minute video saying, "Hey, we're gonna talk about air gig. We're gonna talk about this." Then go into another topic, and at the end of that small little clip, say, "Hey, come to the live stream this Sunday where we can go more in depth about air gig." You know what I mean? Get that little video out there. Then 4 days later, he can build up the momentum and have more people come over to the live stream.
That's a nice technique. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make
Yeah.
little clips in between saying, "This is what we're going to highlight." Give them a little teaser. This is what we're going to highlight. And if you want more information, come to the live stream and you can get the in-depth version of it.
That's a nice technique, bro. So if he did like a weekly upload and then a weekly live stream, he's kind of got both of his audience covered.
Yeah, because he can
Yeah.
at least draw them in. He can do what he's going to do on the live stream and add a little bit to that and say, okay, for today's video, we're going to go over this. But if you want the true in-depth, all version of it, come join the live stream and we can go fully in depth with it and you can answer all your questions there.
Bro, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that at least 5 times a week I find a comment in my videos saying this video is too long. And the video is 5 minutes. Or 6 minutes, and I'm just like, 5 minutes, bro? Like
No, I believe you, because you know what? I'm looking at my analytics and I'm making like 5-minute speed test videos and it's 26%. It's like I'm averaging 40 seconds out of a 5-minute video. It's like,
Hopefully one day, Rishi. Hopefully one day.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My problem is, even if I had the 1,000 subscribers, it's gonna take me a long way based on the engagement of my channel's view time.
I think they're wrong for setting it at 1,000. I understand the watch time because that means people are watching the content. I think the monetization subscriber number needs to be 200 subscribers. It should be 200 subscribers and it should be 50,000 watch minutes per month. So you slightly bump up watch time and you completely bring down subscriber numbers, because subscriber numbers are not a measure of anything.
Yeah.
They literally don't qualify or quantify any measure of excellence. None. But the minutes watched is an indication of attention retention. Like, you've got them. They're watching. I'm lost. Why did they choose 1,000? Just like a nice round number. Well, why didn't you just do 100? You know?
Well, look at the watch time requirement. 240,000 minutes. Once you hit that plateau, then you're monetized. As long as that is not going to change. Your subscriber rate, if it fluctuates up and down and you go below, then you lose it. As long as you stay over 1,000 and you meet the initial plateau, you're monetized for life.
I think anybody should be able to get monetized right away. I think you should be monetized right away, and then how well you get monetized is based on your metrics.
Yeah.
You know, like people should not be shut out of monetization because they're new. I mean, if that's not a deterrent, that's literally what you're saying. We're trying to deter you from trying to do video topics here.
Yeah, I think honestly, I agree with that because before they did all these things you had to get done in order to be monetized, the partnership program was actually open to anybody, and like. I read the newsletters I get from YouTube, and when they said they were going to change it, where you had to have like 1,000 subscribers to be monetized, because there were too many people that were accepted to the partnership program but didn't do anything with the channel. It's like, to me, it was like, don't set an area that they have to reach to get it to prove that they're going to be YouTubers. Give it to them, and if there's no activity, take it away. You don't have to penalize everybody else coming in because, like,
but what does it matter, Tito, if somebody's not making a lot of content?
I mean,
like why is that a big deal? Like, if somebody made a video every month or 2 months, like who cares how often somebody does it? That's what they wanted to get away with, right? Like channels with very little activity.
Yeah, well, with no activity, because like there were people who got partnership just to like, I guess, show off, like, hey, I'm a YouTuber, but they never made any videos at all. And like,
so why wouldn't they just remove the accounts after X amount of time?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying that they should do, is do it like that, but don't make it where people have to go that route. Because YouTube, they're nuts. Like the recent thing they did in December, which I shared with a lot of people, it's like if they find that your channel is not viable, they will completely remove your channel, and then you'll get an email saying we removed your channel, and it's like, okay, so. Some of my videos only do 50 views. Some do over 100. Some can reach 1,000. It just depends on the topic that I talk about.
Yeah.
And it's like, so if you guys think that my channel is not viable, it's not making any money for you guys for your ad partners, you're going to shut down my channel like that. Like, see, these are the things that YouTube does that I question them all the time. Like, what are you guys doing?
A lot of head scratching.
Yeah. Because, Lawrence has a good idea with speed testing and showing how speeds are in Hawaii, right? I got Technoid, man. I love Technoid's channel, dude. The things he does is great.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And and then Rishi also, having to get to that point. Ricky talks like amazing points and gives amazing insight. And they gotta they have to struggle to get to 1,000 to get monetized, but it should already be monetized right now for the info they're sharing.
Tito, literally YouTube, they didn't know what to do, so they left it up to artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah.
They literally gave their decision-making process to machine learning. That's how they don't want the control, the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's come down to. See, a lot of people, anybody who makes good decisions is very happy to make decisions. They accept that responsibility and they will gladly take it on and do a good job with it. They basically said, we don't want to make the decisions. We're going to let AI do it. Machine learn.
Big Lou, what's up, Big Lou?
Yeah, Big Lou, what
what I don't like is how you can flag a video and it just automatically comes down without justification. You know what I mean?
I've been flagged on Periscope, YouTube. Yeah, dude, he's right.
There's got to be a better way for the algorithm to scan it real fast and then decide, not just automatically take it down.
Yeah, because there were a couple of times where mine had to get like manual review for no reason, no issues with the terms of the community, and it's It's
You know what I
ridiculous.
think it is, Sneed? Is this people bombing people's YouTube channels? You know what I mean? You can you find the right way to hit that algorithm flag, right? So you input the data, so you already know, okay, this will work to get that video flag. So they're probably just randomly bombing people's streams or videos and just getting them flagged for no apparent reason.
I've had my videos taken down for no reason, and then I had to get them reviewed. Then I had to wait 2 hours, 6 hours, bro. I remember one time I went up I requested a review. It got taken down, and it was cleared after a month.
Dang.
I got an email. It's like, yeah, your video is clear. Like, why?
Yeah. Well, because I don't know if you guys remember when they did this. This was like probably one of the dumbest ideas that YouTube ever came up with. But they did this. They did this thing where certain YouTubers were granted permission to screen other content creators' videos to help the algorithm, and that bombed so bad because there were people who were granted the ability to do that, and they were malicious with it, taking down their competitors and things like that. And I'm like, I wonder who sits in that room with all the board members of YouTube and just says, yeah, let's give certain people privileges, and never thought it would ever get malicious.
Unreal. Horrible idea.
It was terrible. I got attacked on 4 of my videos that got taken down. I was like, man.
You can't, peer review is very touchy.
It is.
Those peers need to be very objective. A71 T-Mobile deal, too many people complaining about issues, and the camera is nothing to brag about. The phone's performing pretty well on Verizon, from what I understand. Maybe it's a software network issue. The camera thing I haven't heard. We'll have to see. I don't know. Everybody was saying that it's going to be a really good camera for a mid-ranger.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about the A71.
I don't do mid-rangers, bro. There is no reason in the world to buy a mid-ranger.
Now you can go with an older, like a last year's model flagship. I mean, when people say that, like, I think people think it's like a cliche statement. But it's like, no, it's absolutely true. Like, you can go with last year's flagship. That's going to be what today's mid-rangers are at.
Not even. Last year's flagship will be better than next year's mid-rangers.
Yeah, I mean,
they're like 2 or 3 years ahead of the year's mid-rangers. Seriously.
Yeah, so I mean, why not? If you're gonna say like a mid-ranger that costs $300 and you can,
I would rather have an S8 than an A71.
Yeah,
I would rather have an S8.
S8 or an iPhone 8 and higher.
Yeah, I would rather have an S8 than an A71. But it's going to be a better camera. It's going to be a more powerful processor. Because that's going to be what? That's going to be a Qualcomm Snapdragon 835, right?
I'm going to bring Carlos in.
845.
Let me see if I can get
Yeah. Carlos is here. Yeah. Oh, man.
Let's see.
Dude, last year's flagship is going to be better than like 3 years mid-rangers.
I just put the link in the whole thread, so.
Yeah. Yeah, mid-rangers, I mean, there's really only one mid-ranger that's not an iPhone that's even a consideration, like even in the conversation, and that's probably the Pixel A devices. There's no other, because even Samsung mid-rangers, I mean, the software is clunky. I mean, the hardware is cool, but the software is clunky. So, like, software is really important, optimizations, because with mid-rangers, the RAM comes down. So whatever compensation needs to be had from the RAM side has to be carried by software optimization, which, the Pixels had in spades, Yeah, that's true, Robert. Google phones are ugly. That's true.
That's one thing that they lack. I mean, your team just needs to get better at the aesthetics. They really.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they don't have to be. There's no such thing as a sexy phone. Let's just get it out there. Like, that's a horrible word to use to describe a glass sandwich. Yeah.
It's in the eye of the beholder, man. I mean, To some, this phone would be sexy. To others, I'd be like, you'd
There's no
have to
such thing. There's
beard.
no such thing as a sexy phone. There's no.
It's in the eye of the beholder.
Bro, we use the word sexy to describe our significant others.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And some people just have that relationship. Man. I seen. Okay, I'm not even kidding. I seen a guy on the ASU campus who literally was in love with his iPhone, but it's not because of the performance or anything like that. It's because of Siri's voice.
Oh no.
Like, yeah, he would ask Siri questions just to hear her talk, but his face would light up. And my brother Ruben and I, we would just kind of laugh, like, okay, dude, like, Siri is she's not gonna woo you tonight.
Bro, like that's one of those like stop it, get some help type moments right there. Like insert Michael Jordan meme right here.
Now my brother was messing with his phone and he was trying to figure out how to because on Google Assistant you can actually change the voice from female to male. So he wanted to do that to Siri. He was like trying to figure it out, like, how do you do this? I'm like, I'm not too familiar with iOS, bro, so I can't help you. But man, that is the craziest thing to see. Someone fall in love with the AI.
Wow, man.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think anything material could be sexy or anything like that.
Ricky and Carlos on the Twitter thread that I sent the podcast. I sent the link to this. If you guys want to jump in, man. The link.
Look at John. Yeah. They ain't getting no buns, bruh.
My Bixby set to an English woman's voice.
Dude, Robert's fantastic, bro. Robert is fantastic. Like you could literally read all his comments in this transcript, bro. It's great.
It's crazy, man. But yeah, I agree with you. Phone, there's not a phone that you can call sexy. And
hey, could you highlight Ricky's most recent comment? Ricky, stop it. Get some help.
Oh, God. Clean my note knife. Imagine living in a mansion with infinity pool overlooking the whole of Los Angeles, using the top chain flagship phone with Tasker in it, and not to mention high-speed Wi-Fi everywhere. Cool. Let's see. Just change the Siri voice. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. There are weird people like that with their phones. I mean, there are people that I don't know. I guess that's why I say it. Like, I don't like being brand loyal about anything. I don't like being loyal to something because something will always come along and change the game. You know, you'll try something new and it's different. And then, like for a long time, I was guilty of it. For a long time, I wouldn't touch an iPhone. I wouldn't. Now, will I say that if I had to choose between one or the other? Of course, I'm going to choose my Pixel and Android. But there are things about iPhone that I like. I won't take away the credit on the things that they do now that I've used one. And I think that's like a way to approach tech, well, the mobile tech side of things is, with an open mind. But you still got to call their shortcomings the way it is. You cannot just say it's great and all the buggy software, things like that, you just kind of sweep under the rug. You can't do that. Otherwise, they'll never progress.
Also, from a creator's perspective, if you take a side, it sometimes works in your favor. You get the ones that want to hear what they want to hear, and then you get the haters on the other side that are bringing the venom and vitriol with them to like thumbs down your video and tell you how wrong you are. Like you could kind of leverage it to your gains.
Yeah, that is. That's another thing too. I want to address though is the spike.
Can we highlight Carlos's comment?
Let's see. People who call their phone sexy.
Bro, he ain't lying, bro. I believe this.
He'll do it, man. He will.
Oh, he'll buy him a new one or something. He's cool like that. He just wants to teach him a lesson.
Ricky, Carlos, come in, dude. Like seriously, like I would love to have you guys in here.
Bro, cars are not sexy. That is not okay. That is not okay. It's a hunk of metal with paint. It's a machine.
Yo, Alex
I
is
guess
in here,
for me,
bro.
for iPhone, the biggest one of the biggest selling points for iPhones is iMessage. And I know people who never had, for people who don't have iPhones, only have Android, they don't, I guess they don't understand how huge iMessage is. You know what I mean? It's like I could be on one phone, I could be talking to Tito on his, iMessaging him, then jump to an iPad, then from the iPad back to another iPhone, and it's all seamless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I have that same thing afforded to me through Google, and I don't use it out
No,
of
but
choice.
okay, you have to educate me on RCS. Okay, so if
Okay.
you have an Android phone that's logged into one Gmail, and then you have
Okay.
a tablet that's logged into that same Gmail, okay, and then you have another phone that's logged into that Gmail. They all have three different phone numbers. Can you pick up any of those? Start a text message, then go to another one, leave off where you left that conversation, and it's still shooting out that original phone number from that second Android device.
The phone number is irrelevant. It's all working through the same app. Is what you
So I mean,
you're
you're gonna get seamless handoff. It's gonna be from the same
yeah. As
system,
long as the app is on all devices, yeah.
and you have to be logged into the same Gmail.
Yeah. I mean, everything is syncing through the Gmail account, correct?
I think I get what Lawrence is asking. So you're basically saying like, so with Android messages and RCS in it, if I have my other, like my Pixel 2 XL, if you message me to a number, will it show up on the other one too as well? It actually doesn't. It will only go to one device.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. See,
Yeah. But
RCA is good for file systems, transfers, and bigger numbers. But that's why people will take iMessage over Android RCS because it's seamless.
but
Truly
I
seamless.
want to say one thing though. So like going from like my Pixel 3a to my Pixel 2 XL, it won't do. But if I have it like set up with my tablet and my Chromebook, it will show there. So it'll go to those two things, but it won't go to another device with a different phone number.
Yeah, because it's based. Those are
When I was
Gmail
using
phone
Hangouts
numbers
as my
is based off
messenger app,
XML
though,
images.
it was.
Yeah, with Hangouts it will. But
That's what
like,
I'm saying is when I was doing all things Hangouts, that's what I had. I turned it off. I only want one thing going to one device. I have it's gotten to the point where I don't want everything being connected. I've actually changed my flow.
yeah.
I want certain things on certain devices because I will leave certain devices behind under certain circumstances. Yeah, I agree with that, Kimon, 100%. The Galaxy Note battery life, I have the Note 10 Plus. Not good. Not good.
I'm on one today, trust me. Yeah.
So I guess that's my point. That's my point about I'm excuse me. That was my point about iMessage and how huge it is to certain people. Because like I can be on this live stream right here, go pick up my RX. So somebody with an iPhone messages me. I can have this on Do Not Disturb. I can get my XR that has a totally different number, but the incoming will go to that from that same number to that phone, and I can still message them like I'm on this phone, but from a different phone or tablet or whatever. It's all seamless, hands off. I don't have to give 4 different numbers because I'm jumping to another phone. Because if I'm going to text you from another phone, you're not going to know who's this. I don't have that person's number. It's just seamless.
But it's also restricted though. I mean, the other person has to have.
Google, you sign into a Gmail account and everything's there.
Yeah.
I'm a little confused as to why you think that the only solution to sync is iMessage.
Well, I'm not saying that's the only solution. I'm telling you that's why people who only have iPhones. My last Android phone was the LG G4. I have it.
I could see why that was your last Android phone. That was a horrible phone.
For me, I'm I'm bored with Android. To tell you the truth, I'm bored with Android.
Bro, how are you not bored with phones, period? Like the only thing that I don't get bored with is the stuff I do with my phone. Like phones themselves are meaningless. Like they don't the phone itself is a vessel. You know, it's an engine. It's not really the activity. It's just the vessel. You know? I think people are missing that. It's the apps that are more important than the actual phone.
Yeah, which is
Well,
one
that's
of
what
the
I
things.
mean. With Android, the phone you get, you never know what you're gonna get. You know what I mean? It's so fragmented that there's no software stability in it.
Best phone I ever used was a Google Pixel 2 XL.
Yeah, but what I
All of
told
my
you,
years, the
what did
best
I
phone I've
tell you?
ever used.
Yeah, but Sneak, what did I tell you the last time? If I get an Android phone, it's gonna be a Pixel phone. You know what I mean?
I couldn't blame you for that, bro. They're solid. Like when it comes to
Yeah, because
operations, they're solid.
they're for the camera, the
Mm,
software, and
yeah.
those things. That's a good thing about a Pixel phone. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because the biggest problem with Google, they need to invest more money in their hardware. If they invested a little more money in their hardware and bump up their software production, it can be a huge source for revenue for them. But this is just an afterthought. This is just an afterthought to connect all the other Google services to it.
Yeah, I want to address this real quick because this is actually a pretty good thing. So Alex is like, you can't make calls to people with Android Messenger. I can call somebody even if I don't have no service on my iPhone through iMessage, as long as they got an iPhone and have Wi-Fi connection. But that's the thing, Alex. It's still restricted. That other person's got to have an iPhone. If I have an Android phone with no service on it and I have Hangouts on here, I can still make a call to anybody, iPhone or Android device on Wi-Fi.
There's Wi-Fi calling on everything.
Yeah,
I don't
but
I don't think I think there's a well, look, I don't want to group up all iPhone users into a category, but I don't think they know what Android can actually do. I don't think they know the full capabilities of Android as an operating system can actually achieve. It seems people think that there's only certain solutions to certain things on iOS. That is so far from the truth. Uh, the only reason the only negative thing I can actually find with Apple is their hardware. The software works fine for the most part. I mean, everything works well. The only issue I have is with their hardware. It's cheap. It breaks easy. You know, to me, it's low quality for what they charge. It's not good. But operationally, it's fine. Uh, Android has problems too, but the
yeah,
Android problems are different. And part of it's because of Qualcomm, and part of it's because of the manufacturers, and
yep.
part of it's because the phone's not worth anything after a month. Like there's a lot of different problems. And but I don't know, man. I don't seriously. This is an issue. I did not know this was such a major thing, but it looks like people who exclusively only know iPhones, they actually don't know what Android can do, because they always say things that I hear. They're like, "Oh, it can't do this," and I'm like, "Can? Oh, you can't pick up this and do this? It can." They don't. They just don't know,
Right.
or they just assume that it can't do it because Apple does it, and that's really not true. Um, Widgets have been around for a long time. Widgets have been around since desktops and laptops started getting widgets. That's not even new to mobile operating systems. People just don't know where they're from, where they originate.
Actually, Google Voice does do voice over data. You have to toggle it on in settings.
Yeah, see, some people just don't really know.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. That's the reason why I picked up an iPhone because I'm making videos about Android and different devices, right? And in order for me to be well rounded, I got to know both sides. So I have to use both sides in order. And this is where it actually becomes beneficial because I can tell people like what iPhone can do, and they're saying that iPhone can do this. This is why I stick with it. I can say, hey, Android can do it too, but
Yeah.
also on the flip side. So this is why I use both an
I've
iPhone and
never I've never text messaged or iMessaged on an iPhone. I have 3 iPhones. I've never used iMessage in my life.
I'm gonna send you your first iMessage message, bro. If I know your number, I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, I've never used iMessage.
It is good. I will give it that. There's just this dynamic.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I've never used it. So
Yeah.
the selling point to some people, to show you how different people are.
Yeah.
The selling point to one person, I don't even know of its existence, bro. I've never even used it. I don't even have an experience to hold it to.
Only on T-Mobile VLT sounds like crap.
It's true, bro. T-Mobile LT, voice over LT is bad.
Carlos,
My brother always
man.
complains about it.
I sent the link. Ricky and Carlos, man, come in. I would really love for you guys to join me today. Like, we'll love to have you guys in here. I mean, you guys can go free for all. I don't care if you guys want to talk about T-Mobile. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, my live streams, I don't monetize them. It's a free for all. Say what you want.
Hangouts is a Google app.
Hangouts, yeah.
I guess for me, the last time I used Google Voice was back in the days when nobody had unlimited. You had a bucket of minutes, and that was it. And my Verizon plan had that 10 to any number. So I would basically take my Google Voice number, put it in that 10 to any number, and if you didn't have Verizon, I would just call my Google Voice number, and it would say, I forget if it was press 1 to make a phone call or press 2. So I'd just press 1. Then I'd dial the first number, and then it would dial out, and it would use cellular. You would use your cellular minutes to call out. So you had a cellular connection. It wasn't Wi-Fi based. So all the people who didn't have Verizon or it was a landline or any kind of stuff, I would just use my Google Voice number for. So I would take 2 numbers out of the 10. My daughter had the other 8 to any mobile, and that's how we basically cheated. And we basically created our own unlimited plan. And if somebody called me that didn't have Verizon, I told them, you know what, hang up, I'll call you back. If it was during peak time. If it was off peak, it didn't matter. So basically, they call me. They say, hey, you know what? Hang up. I'll call you right back. So I call them my Google Voice. What it would do, the Google Voice, since it was in there, it was treated as a mobile-to-mobile number. It basically made my Google Voice unlimited.
So what you're witnessing is the wily veteran showing you how it's done. That is how Lawrence does it. Yeah.
That was back in the days where if you didn't have an unlimited plan, that was the workaround to create your own unlimited plan. And we never exceeded our 1,400 minutes. One time I brought it up to the 2,100 minute plan. Then Google Voice came in and I said, heck it, we're going to drop it back down to the 1,400 minute plan. And then my daughter, this is what? God. Then she was doing it. I taught her how to do it. She managed. I gave her a phone. I told her, okay, this is what you want to do. You let me know who you're going to put on your list. Take it off because it takes 24 hours to kick in. And then for all the people that's not on your list, that maybe you might talk 5-10 minutes here, okay, you dial this number. And then when it tells you to do this, you dial the person's number. And then she said, okay. And then she did it. She was, I think, maybe 11. And she was using the Google Voice dialer so she could talk to her friends unlimited.
Yeah, I did that. I did that with Virgin Mobile when Virgin Mobile had the $25 plan, the 300 minutes for unlimited text and data. So I would use Google Voice to make my phone calls, so I had unlimited calls. But yeah, I did that one.
Would you be using the data aspect, not the cellular aspect?
Yeah.
Alex, when you feel safe is when bad things happen.
Remember
Never
when
feels
T-Mobile had the circle plan?
Yeah.
That's what people are doing it. And that's how I found out about that Google Voice trick, because they were taking their circle numbers, instead of putting it as a person, they were dropping their Google Voice number in that circle. So they would do the same trick to dial out from within. Google would dial out for you. So once it was in, it was connected to that number, establishing a mobile to mobile. Then Google would hand it off from within the call. So it wasn't transferred. It was within that call. So the people who had the T-Mobile Circle plan was putting that one line on there, or whatever lines you had, they were doing it that way.
All right, my daily side. Appreciate you coming in, bro. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, like, I'm seeing this in the chat. Everyone's talking about the safety between iOS and Android, and yeah, when you look at the Android side, of course, it's super fragmented, right? You have different manufacturers taking Android and putting their own spin on it, but that's just because Android's open source. And while you hear a lot about rooting and ROMs and flawed securities and things like that, it makes anyone look at Android and say it's so frail and weak, and iOS is so strong. But what you don't hear a lot of that I read a lot about is how well-known people can actually get into people's Apple accounts, get into their iCloud, get their information. It happens on both sides. Voice delay and static on both my parts. Oh, everyone's still talking about Hangouts. Hangouts is going to go away, but not in the way where it's going to be gone completely forever. They are. What was it? The last thing I heard was that it was merging over to the Hangouts chat, but that would be like open for everybody and no longer a G Suite app, which is retarded in my opinion. Let's see. Is Lawrence glitching out?
Crackly.
Yeah, I gotta cancel. I gotta close out this thing. Stupid Wish app.
Oh, bro, I thought he was having Rice Krispies Snap Crackle Pop.
I know, it sounded like he was wrestling like a rapper or something like that. Like, I'm gonna get this chocolate out of here.
Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, dude, I'm surprised. Yeah, you're right, man. A lot of people that use iPhones don't know what Android can do, and vice versa. It really is. I think I'm gonna start touching base on that a little bit more, just to kind of help people understand both sides.
I needed a scanner app one time, and I was able to get a free, really, really good scanner app on my Android. I was not able to do that on the App Store at the time when I needed to download it. This was years ago. I mean, that was one case where I was glad I had an Android, because there was no scanner app available on the App Store. I know that at that time. I don't know about now. I'm sure there's 20 apps. I'm just talking about then. We're talking like 2014, bro. I'll never forget it. I was like, oh, I need to scan a photo of my license and send it as a PDF. And
yeah,
I couldn't find a scanner app on my iPhone, which I think I was just repairing an iPhone 5. So that's what I had. There was no app, dude. And I was like, crap. That's a situation where I'm telling you guys, it's not about everything you're saying is cool, but it's about the applications that you use on your device. These phones are just vessels. It could be anything. It's not even personal.
Well, they finally have one. I'm using that photo scanner. I have a photo scanner. So you hover the phone over the picture, then you move around from dot to dot, and it scans it.
Where Brooklyn at? Big Lou. Where Brooklyn at? Yeah. Yeah. This is, hold on. Like a Summer Jam shirt, bro.
No, Carlos, I totally understand where you're coming from on that. The length of support on iPhones is longer than what Android has, and that is a big problem. That's where fragmentation comes in, because
So who should buy an iPhone if that's going to be the measuring stick? The person who upgrades every 6 years. The person who buys a phone every year does not care.
Yeah.
If you upgrade every year or every 2 years, it doesn't matter if you buy iOS or Android. It does not matter. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, that's the way things are today, right? Like, everyone is upgrading every year. Some people go every 6 months. It's like every 6 months they got a new phone. So yeah, to a person that wants a phone and wants that phone to last a long time, definitely
iOS.
Way to go. Yeah.
Only way to go. iPhone, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look at these. Yeah, Google Voice actually changed. I don't know if anyone knows this. I just found this out like 2 days ago, because like before with Google Voice, if you have Google Fi service and you try to get a Google Voice number and it wouldn't let you, they've actually separated that now. Because I got a Google Voice number with the same Gmail account that I use for Google Fi, and I was shocked that I got another number. I'm like, wow. So I got a burner number.
But there's no one can see you. I'm not
Yeah.
showing the video. Oh, my other half just came home.
Yeah.
Hey, she watched the live stream last night.
No, I'll tell her straight now. Okay, I'm gonna.
Oh no.
I'm gonna hold on. You hold on real fast, and I'll explain.
I don't want
to you
this.
what's going on. Then because Tito, you from Hawaii. You know what I mean by Portuguese. Okay, I gotta use my hands. So hold on. Okay, I'm gonna put a shirt on.
I'm from Hawaii, bro. I'm from Maui.
Here you go, Sneak. Sneak's the Hanai brother, bro.
I'm like an adopted brother, right?
Yeah, that's his brother, not by blood, but brother status, bro.
Yeah.
It is. You're the Hanai brother. I don't know. Shoot, last night was wild on the live stream towards the end. But no, I know where Lawrence comes from when he says things. He's just
okay. I'm in my room, so don't mind it's dark.
No worries.
Okay. I told my girlfriend in Costco's, you're not making money moves, you're making donkey moves. Okay. Listen to me. You know how you go to Costco's? No, listen. You know how you go to Costco's and you go to open that door, that frozen chiller door, and the handle's broken?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go into the other side, right? So you're pulling the door open and you're sticking your hand in, right?
Yeah.
To go grab the other side. But that's based if they taped off the door. The door wasn't taped off. So I'm looking at her. Why is it taking so long to grab a gallon of milk? So I'm looking at her, and she's trying to reach for something that she can't even reach. I goes, what are you doing? And she goes, you do it if you can grab it. So I stick my hand in. I push the door open. I grab the door from the edge, from the inside. I swing it fully open, and I go like this. I stick my hand in, grab it, and I hand it to her, and I goes, there you go. Donkey moves, money moves. And she walks away and starts laughing because she realized how foolish she was trying to stick her hand to reach over to the other side on something she couldn't reach when all she had to do is pop it out and grab it and stick her hand straight in and grab it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the Portuguese side in me. Even though, people used to tell me every time they used to say something stupid, I would make them put their foot in their mouth, and everybody would tell me, "You got jokes." I goes, "That's damn right." And my girlfriend calls me, all kinds of stuff. She goes, you know what? She calls me a donkey. I goes, that's right. She calls me Portuguese. I tell her, you know what I tell her? I'm the king of Portuguese.
I embrace the king of Portuguese.
Yeah.
Portuguese, go.
There you go.
No, but it's like she was literally trying to reach over from one side to the other, and she's only 5'3", so it's like, what are you doing? You're hurting yourself. You're straining yourself. Just do this. Pop the door out, grab it, and then bam. And after I told her that, she started laughing. She didn't take it serious. She started laughing.
Alex, I've owned Androids and walked into Best Buy and gotten new phones on exchange, and they were all Androids. I think a lot of Apple people out there don't really know what's out there for other solutions. I used to walk into Best Buy and get a new phone if I had an issue with my Galaxy or my Google phone. I'd walk in and get a new one if it was problematic.
I guess what he was trying to talk about was when you go into FaceTime, you can do the audio only through the FaceTime app. But it's like there's so many things you can do with Android that they can do the same thing as an iPhone. It's just in a different way.
Yeah,
and the problem with that is for the people who only know iPhone, they just can't adapt to something different.
Well, no, I'm just saying they don't even know that other things exist.
That's what I mean. They can't
They speak
adapt
on
to
they
another
speak on
system.
things that they're unaware that exist. Right. Yeah.
They don't know how to adapt to something else to be more, you know, they're looking down one straight lane.
Well,
Where with Android,
you can
gotta be
speak to
flexible.
you could speak to the things that you know. I can't sit there and talk about Hawaii, bro. I don't know anything about Hawaii. For me to just assume that Hawaii doesn't have this, or this, that's not that's bad behavior, right? I've never been. I really don't know. So I can't go out and say those things. I have to refer to the source, right? To refer to a credible source. I refer to you. But oftentimes what we're hearing is people saying things like, "Oh, well, I can do this, but Android doesn't." It's not true, bro. I'm telling you, I've been using solutions to all these things since 2011. Bro, I was watching live TV on my OG Motorola Droid, and I was docking it to my TV on a cable. Like, we had solutions a decade ago to connect our smartphones to our TVs. I don't know when iPhone got connected to TVs, but I know the reason I had Android was because it would connect to my TV. And I know that the reason I could scan my photos was because I had an Android. Like, Android allowed me to be ahead of the curve in my profession. Like, when I was a young teacher, I started teaching in 2010. I was like a new breed to my coworkers. They're like, "How did you do that? How did you do that?" And I would point at my desktop, like literally my desk, and it would be an Android doing everything. Apple didn't have a solution for any of that stuff at the time. You couldn't connect the phone to it. Like, there was no cable. There was no software. There were no apps for that. Now it's a different story. They all do everything. But I'm telling you, the reason I am so Android geared is because I wanted to do those things a long time ago. And that's where Android was at the time. They were able to do it. You couldn't do it on an iOS device.
Yeah. I think it really boils down to preferences too, right? And like just, perspectives. Like, people have a perspective, like for me, like if I was to tell anybody with iOS, my perspective of them from how I've been using it, it is true to an extent that it is pretty locked to its own ecosystem. Whereas Android, I can use my Pixel and connect it to my LG Smart TV in the living room. I don't have to have an LG device to do that. So it's not locked specifically to only Google stuff in that sense. You have more that you can play around with. And that, to me, is more important, but wouldn't be important to somebody else. It's all about preference.
Well, today, so now it's about preference. Before it was not. Before, you legit had to go Android if you wanted to do any type of, certain tasks, like, cam scanning and all this. You had to do Android. Bro, you know how annoying it got? People walking into my classroom, bro. I'm talking 2013. Teachers coming into my classroom with their iPhone saying, "Can you show me how you did that with your phone today when I was teaching a lesson?" And I'm like, "You can't do it with that phone." They're like, "Well, how do I do it?" I'm like, "You need an Android. You don't have that capability yet. Now you could do everything with every phone. So having an iPhone or an Android doesn't even matter. Before it mattered. Now it doesn't matter."
Yeah. That's
I
crazy.
remember in 2005, I found application called BitPim. I don't know if you guys know about that. That's a CDMA transfer file. I make my own ringtones, dude. I would make, instead of buying those 99 cents Verizon ringtones, I'd make my own ringtones, transfer it to the phone. I'd make videos that I'd find off of FrostWire or whatever. So I'd get another software that I would convert it to the 3GPP or the 3GGP.
Oh, that's an old video file
and then I
format.
would transfer it via BitPim to the phone, and I'd move it over to the SD card.
Alex, just so you know,
it was too big. Go on, Sneed.
I was just telling Alex here the comment. You have to have Geek Squad protection. It's like an insurance and stuff. Yeah. Geek Squad.
So like I was saying, if the file was too big, I would put whole movies. And one day I showed the quality assurance guy at Verizon. I goes, "Hey, check this out. I can watch a movie on my LG feature phone." And he goes, "Oh, is that VCast?" I goes, "No, I transferred it myself."
Had to have the drivers on your computer though, right?
But it was easy. You know, LG drivers were easy to get through the internet. You just plugged it in, and it would auto-populate.
Yeah, man.
So all my friends at work, I would just get their SD card and I would just transfer for episodes of Friends or movies and whatnot. My friend goes,
"Oh, what a
"Hey,
horrible
show! You need to put three different movies for me on the SD card so they can watch it on the plane."
Well, Lawrence, you were willingly watching the show Friends?
God, remember, I'm 10 years older than you, man. There was not that much good TV back then.
I guess you're right.
Oh, my babe watched that. My babe watched that. She always tells me she watched all the seasons to it.
Bro, if I hear the music, I run out of the house, bro. I'm gone. I'm gone. I am gone, bro. The second
Okay, so how do you feel about the Big Bang Theory?
Okay, well, I actually watched that.
No, I'm gone, bro. Out. We're out of here, man. I'm gone. Friends, Big Bang Theory. I can't do it, bro.
Have you seen the movie? Have you seen the movie We're the Millers?
No.
Bro, at the end of that movie and the cutscenes, because it has I think Jennifer Aniston, she plays in that movie. So they pranked her in a scene where they're on the RV driving, and they played the theme song for Friends. And her face, dude, it was classic. I was like, man.
Bro, I think Seinfeld was the worst show of all time. That's probably the worst ever.
Do you realize, Sneed? Do you realize the cast of Friends are still making $20 million a year off of reruns?
That's a sad state of affairs, bro.
They're not doing. No, but dude, that's how popular that show is. Think about it. They're still making, the last I saw, off of reruns. Okay, they're making $20 million each off of reruns, doing nothing.
Bro, it gets worse. How about the fact that they used to have concerts, and they would perform like 3 songs? They would sing
I haven't gone that far.
Bro, they had a concert like in Cleveland. I remember I was like in middle school or whenever that show was out, and they literally had like a concert at the Gund Arena at the time where the Cavs played, and they were just singing that song. They did it twice and left, and I mean, this is the world we live in, bro.
Well, as
What's up, Grant?
I watch Friends, I would not have been there to watch that. No.
Penny.
Sorry.
Who is Penny? What is this? Let's see what he's talking about here.
Oh, Penny, Leonard's girlfriend and future wife. Well, she becomes his wife in The Big Bang Theory. Hey, what's up, Grant? Let me just say this too. Like, and I'm loving the dynamics in the chat, right? Like, you know, people are expressing like the things that iPhones can do. People are expressing things that Android can do, and this is why the competition needs to be there. It's because it makes each company try to grow and be progressive and give us things that we would want out of our smartphones. So, it's good stuff. I'll never be, keep it to one side or bash anybody for what they like. I'm a firm believer in like what you like. Don't go with what the population says to go with. Go with what you want and what you need out of it.
Now you don't have to choose one or the other. You can have both, and they all pretty much can do everything.
Yeah,
I guess for me, I pick iPhone because I upgrade between 3 to 4 years. 4 years is the very top, but I'll hold on to an iPhone for 3 years before I upgrade to the next one. It's crazy. Oh, if you got the money and you're doing a tech channel, I can see you upgrading every year. But if you're upgrading every year on an iPhone,
what's up?
What's up, man?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous,
man.
Because there's only marginal changes on the iPhone.
Who got to 11K? You did, Tito?
Yeah, I just hit it last night,
man.
Yeah, I'm humbled and very happy, man, because of all of you guys. So
Yeah,
Spread
man.
love. Yeah.
Oh, let me close this door because my wife is cleaning. She got that old school on.
Bro, I didn't know you knew J. Cole, bro. You were serious about J. Cole getting up in here.
Nah, I ain't doing too much, man. I'm just now getting up. I was up all night trying to get the house and stuff together because I'm trying to get everything that we don't use no more, and I'm just either donating it or I'm throwing it away. Because I got a lot of stuff I need to get rid of, man. Like a lot of old like shoes and like stuff I don't even use no more, just in general.
Yeah. So there it goes. Spring cleaning, but in summer.
Man. Plus the living room, I need to get. We got a couch that my mother had gave us, and that couch was just too big, so we had to get rid of it. It was just too much.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was taking up too much space, and then like me, I'm trying to get ready to start. I'm gonna start working out again, man. Like I really need to start working out again. Like I done got lazy these last 9 years. Like I really got to get back in shape, man.
Yeah, I need to as well, man. That's what I've been doing. I've been hiking. Me and my wife been hiking a lot over here, even when it's like really hot. Just sweat it out. I'm waiting for the gyms to open back up. They're supposed to open back up on the 28th, but we're waiting to see what our governor says.
I don't know what they're gonna do with us, man. I don't know. I don't even. I think there's a few. There's probably maybe one or two companies that are open. I think 24-hour fitness is still open. I don't know about Planet Fitness and everybody else. I think they're still kind of down, but I know there's a few of them that are open.
Yeah. I'm about weights to work out at home because like I watch Nate's periscopes and he's like, I'm about to go to the gym. I'm like, bro, I haven't gone to the gym in a month. Like I'm envious. He gets to go and just like clang and bang and work it out. I gotta like lift weights at home.
Bro, I love the gym. I'm that's what I do when I go to the gym. I'm literally trying to transform my body into vibranium. I love working out, bro. I love flipping 300-pound tires. I love doing wind sprints up and down hills.
Yeah, I need to get back into doing
I freaking love it, bro. I was somewhat depressed, bro, during quarantine. I could not go to the gym. It was horrible, bro. I mean, you forget what the gym could do for you. Like physically, when things are working well, it can sometimes make your emotional and mental health also, improve. And vice versa. If you're in the right mind state, you're more likely to be engaging in more healthy behavior and stuff like that. So they kind of go hand in hand. That was something that was taken from me during quarantine, dude. And it sucked. Like not being able to bench press and do pull-ups and sweat. And like all I could do was run. That's all I could do.
Yeah.
Like,
John has a Planet Fitness membership.
Like right now, that's what I'm doing with the living room. I'm trying to transform the living room into like a small little workout area, but that's not going to be enough. You want to be able to run. You want to be able to, get a full, set. Like I want to get something to see the kids. That's why me and her, we really thinking about just moving. Like I want to get a house, man. Like I'm tired of apartments, man. I've been living in apartments since I was a teenager. So it's like it's time, man. It's time for us to get a house.
Yeah. I'm actually in 2 years. I'm actually moving to Oklahoma. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna move closer to my dad and into a smaller town. Just just so my kids grow up in a non-city environment. So it's got good schools out there and everything. So I'll be in a smaller town. I gotta get away from the city.
Yeah. We need to move. We just need to move somewhere better, man. Like over here is not bad. Don't get me wrong. Like the neighborhood is quiet, but it's like we don't have no space. Like me and her both got plans of doing so many different things, and it's like I want to be able to have a space to where I can do almost everything I want.
You got to go to Montana.
Restricted.
You got to go to Wyoming or something.
No, I'm talking about house-wise, like
I'm talking about farm-wise, bro. Go get you a farm.
Oh. Well, Sneed, I can go back to Atlanta, man. That's nothing.
ATL shouty.
I either go to Atlanta or go to Florida.
Bro, you don't want to go to Florida.
Nah, I don't want to go to Florida.
There's a lot of the Roni.
Oh yeah,
Where
Carlos.
Carlos at, man? Because I seen what happened, Carlos, man. That was some bullshit, man. That was some straight bullshit.
Well, we'll see if Carlos comes in.
That's that's
Bro,
that's that's that's
I
that's what the people are out here, man. They don't know how to drive, man. They don't know
or
how to drive.
what do you want me to do? You want me to start dragging cars around, John? You want me to get a body harness and just pull around trucks and SUVs and cars? How am I supposed to train without the gym? You want me to find like truck tires sitting in the back of like a mechanic shop and start flipping them?
Sneed gonna have trailers and shit to his new events and shit. Sneed Mobile Tech.
Hey,
The
Sneed,
man.
is Ricky still in here?
I don't know. I haven't seen a comment from him in a minute.
Oh, he could join in. Like the link is in the thread.
Yeah.
Like
Carlos?
Sneed gonna be pulling trucks by T-Mobile Towers, and then he gonna take the harness off and be like, look at this right here. Look at this tower.
Bro, literally, if the gyms weren't going to open up soon, I was literally about to go and order a body harness and just start dragging my wife's SUV up and down the street.
Shit,
Like, I
go
was getting so frustrated.
Go get like a bucket. Go get like a bucket at the junkyard and buy it just for that. Now that's a challenge. Now that's yeah.
No, because I was
Get like
gonna say, Sneed, you and Carlos have to have an intervention for Ricky.
An intervention?
Why?
Yeah, because
I'll be back. Hold on.
he can't just do live stream.
I'm like, what intervention? I'm like, what happened?
No, he can't. He just can't do live streams. Ricky would have he has so much information to give. He could do a video on. No, he could do a video on Monday. Okay, talking about one topic, and then do a small topic within that video. And at the end of that video, he says, well, if he streams on Sunday, he says, come in on Sunday where we can discuss it more. Wednesday, Wednesday, make another video and highlight.
Lawrence, all due respect, bro, that's a great idea, and I really like it. But I'm telling you, it's all about the person and what they want to do. If they're not comfortable doing something or it's not on their agenda and they're not really willing to do that, then it's almost like, you know, it's never really going to happen that way, you know, because here's like I've had students, you know, just look at my personal professional expertise. I've seen very intelligent students where it never translated into my class because it wasn't in them. They didn't find it interesting or they didn't want to do it, you know. So if Ricky's content with just live streams, that's probably the way it's going to be. If he wants to do videos, he would. You know what I'm saying? We can encourage him, but
I understand what you're saying. The transition part of doing something different, but if he wants more people to be interactive within the live streams, he has to have that momentum where they're bringing them to him. They're watching little clips and they're just giving him a taste. They're giving a taste of air gig. Okay, then they goes, man, if I want to find out the whole information, I gotta come back on. I'll come back on Sunday and listen to the whole thing. But
well, I do that.
I look forward to it.
I do that technique. It works great. I'll drop a video in the morning and then we live stream it later to talk about it, you know, actively within a live.
I'm gonna say this to him then, because I care about him and his live streams are great. But then you gotta incorporate more to that. The 400 Patreon thing. Because look at you, Sneed. You got 10,000 subs, and you only got 79 Patreons. For Ricky to hit 400 Patreons, he needs 60,000 subs, based on the percentage.
Wow.
And he says he's gonna give away a phone after he reaches those two criterias. That means he's never gonna give away a phone because it's gonna take him at least 50,000 subs to get that ratio to hit 400. I'm sorry for saying that. Don't get butthurt, but I'm just doing it based on the math. Because even if you had 100, okay, do the math. You got 10,000 subs, okay, and what is the percentage of 100 out of 10,000? Okay,
1.
Yeah, okay. So that means for him to achieve the 400 Patreons, So based on your analytics, he would need 40 to 50,000 active subs for that 4% ratio. So sorry to burst your bubble, Ricky, but you got to be a little more realistic.
Well, here's the thing. This is a little bit of advice that like I'll give like new content creators that come into the game. You'll probably notice that like I rarely ever give anything away. Like I rarely do any giveaways. And the one thing that I've experienced, so this is not good for everybody, but I've experienced this, is that when you do a giveaway, like when you're starting in and you're like, if I build this many subscribers, I'm gonna give this away. The subscribers, yeah, they come in. You see your subscriber count go up. The moment that you give that item away, you'll see a drop because they only came to get the free thing and then they're gone. Now that's why I don't normally do that. When people are like, should I do a giveaway right now? If you're like under a certain amount, I would say no, because then you're not building real followers in that sense. So that's just my take on it.
You know what I did with my last giveaway?
I got one of them.
I gave them away to people I wanted to. I didn't do random. No random. Me picky. I pick who I send them to.
Exactly.
Because I need to reward the loyalty. I don't need it going to somebody new. I don't need it going to somebody who's been with me for a year. I'm going to dictate who I feel deserves it and who I want to give it to. Does it make a difference who I give it to?
No.
So why not be in control and give it to somebody who I know could benefit from it? What if I end up giving it to somebody who doesn't need it?
That's what I was thinking about when I told myself if I ever get to like 300 or 400 subscribers, I'm just gonna reach out and I'm gonna ask people like, hey man, what do you have? What do you need that you really can't afford? And I mean, I really can't afford a lot of stuff, but I can always help out. Like if somebody is starting a YouTube channel and they want to be able to go around and go different places, I always think that having a tripod or some type of just something. I mean, I don't think about like when it comes to giveaways, like I always had that in the back of my mind. I'm like, is it me giving this away to somebody that needs it, or do I just want to give it away to a random person? And I'm like you, Sneed. I'd rather give it to somebody who needs it.
Wait, so who's helping who, bro, on a YouTube channel? Who's helping who?
Exactly.
So I'm going to give you information. I'm going to help inform you. I'm going to help you be a more educated consumer. And I need to give you stuff?
Yeah.
Where they do that at, bruh?
Exactly.
No, thank you.
They're fun to watch.
No, but
Yeah,
I can see Sneed's point of his giveaway. He'll decipher on who's being active, who's in the community, and you could be probably talking about, oh yeah, he's been talking about this, he's been talking about that. Then you can do it based on that, based on your community interaction versus a randomizer.
No random. No new.
People who do randomizer, those are people who usually get.
Did you randomly select your wife?
That's a good way of putting it.
Did you randomly choose your lunch?
No.
Did you randomly buy your shoes?
Nope.
Okay.
It's certain things that other people do. Certain people can't do.
I'm winning with the analogies today. I'm winning.
Yeah, but in the long run, when it comes to Ricky's channel, like I get what you're saying, Lawrence. I think one of the biggest things, for me being on YouTube for a long time is comfortability. The content creators got to be comfortable with what they're doing. Otherwise, the attraction, the retention, the engagement is not going to be there, because then people are going to look at it and be like, well, this is too fake, or this just seems too, I'm not looking for this. I want realism. I mean, that's the reason why people are like into the SMT community. It's because nobody here sugarcoats anything or, coddles anybody. Like, we give it to you whether you like it or not. Like, T-Mobile's been crap lately. We all agree on it.
And the thing, another thing that really is important to remember, the way Ricky's channel is built and made, and the way Sneed's channel is made, what they do every single day by giving out information, by telling people what to do, that's a giveaway on its own.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like that's like me, right? I y'all know I have multiple YouTube channels, and it's like
Dude, you got 17 YouTube channels.
I don't have channels to where I make video content for them. I have channels for different things that I'm into. So I can go over to my movie channel and I can watch a couple of people who do movie content. That their channel is built to give away stuff because they're reviewing movies. And if there's a movie that they have an extra copy of, they're gonna give it away because they don't need it. So it's like that's like if I go to my wife's channel and I watch people who do a lot of health and fitness things. The only thing that people can do on there is they can give you like a water bottle, or they can give you like, you know, like oh, here's a coupon to go get more, you know, vegetables or whatever. Like it's certain channels are not built for giveaways. That's just how I feel. Certain channels, what's the point of you giving something away if you already giving away information that is needed? That's important information.
No, my point about the 400 Patreons is there are big YouTubers out there that don't have 400 Patreons, and they have like 1 million subs, but they don't have no 400 Patreons. Let me tell you that.
Well, Ricky swings for the fences, bro.
I'm not saying Ricky can't do it. If he wanted to do it, he could. But it's like
he can thrive for it. There's a difference between doing and thriving for it. He can thrive and try and meet his expectations, but when you're putting it out on your video saying I'm only going to do a giveaway if you do this, it's kind of a turnoff.
Well, I mean, that's dedication. You got to remember, people. There's a lot of people I watch on YouTube who got content. Like, there's this comedy dude I watch. His name is Jamal the Creative, and he had a video, I think a couple of months ago, where he was not going to put out part 2 unless he got to 30. I think it was like the video had to get 30 views, 30,000 views, and he had to get at least 150 or 250 likes. That's different. You know, that's
different. That's different than Patreon. Likes and views.
Patreon
totally different.
Is different. Yeah.
No, Rick, I get what you're saying, and you know, at the end of the day, like what Lawrence is pointing out, like you know, making that statement is a turnoff. But then you also have to look at it at the perspective of the viewer and how they see it, because there'll be a viewer that watches Ricky's live stream and just loves the information he's spreading, so that won't come off as a turnoff to them. That'll be like, I'm going to go support Ricky. Boom, drop Patreon. Then there's others that would take it as a turnoff. But you got to remember, there's millions and millions of people in the world that will come across that video.
Gentlemen, I have to bounce, but it was a pleasure being here. Thank you, Tito, for having me on. Congratulations to you, bro. I can't wait for the next 11,000. I'd love to be a part of it in somehow, some way as a viewer, subscriber. I hope that day comes very soon. I'm very excited, and I love your channel, bro. Keep up the good work. I love your commentary. Thank you for all that you do, bro. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me, bro, and I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support and your community, man. I love you guys so much.
And hey, J. Cole, you the best, bro. Lawrence, you the best too. I'll see you guys.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
All right, then, Sneak.
All right.
All right, see you.
Yeah.
I guess my point is, okay, there's this big, you know Jay Hayes, right? He watches vape videos. Jaw Hayes, Jai Hayes.
I think so.
He's a vape reviewer.
Yeah.
He has 180,000 subs. He has a little over 500 Patreons. But you see the ratio that I'm talking about. He has almost 200,000 subs. You know what I mean? And
but see, that's vaping. Vaping is a whole other animal.
He barely does a giveaway.
But vaping versus information is different, because it's like, when I buy a vape, I want to buy a vape based on what I know from a previous mod that I already picked up. Like, if I know this mod can go 250 watts, and I know this mod comes with an attachment, I don't have to go buy a separate, top by itself. Or if I'm tired of the Aegis mod, and like, oh, Aegis just came out with a new mod. Like that's interesting. Then you got people who do only juice reviews. Like I've seen people, their whole channel is not even dedicated to mods or tanks or anything. They're not even they're only dedicated to different flavors
because they DIY. They DIY.
No, I watch people who buy
their
certain flavors from certain companies and they do a review on them, and they do one good review, and that company will send them every single flavor that they have. They'll send them a custard. They'll send them a candy flavor. They'll send them a coffee, a menthol. Like I've seen it, and it's like that's a different animal versus Ricky telling people about the networks and stuff like that. But it's like he just said, I have 113 subscribers and 4 Patreons. That's not bad at all. That's actually pretty good. That's a good start, especially from Ricky coming back from being away from YouTube for a while.
I'll say this.
I can see him doing, he hits 1,000 subs and he hits maybe 50, 75 Patreons. Okay, that's more realistic.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this to Ricky. I got 11,000 subscribers now, or a little over 11,000 subscribers, and I got 0 Patreons. But I haven't shared my Patreon link in a long time, and I really haven't done nothing with Patreon. I don't think I'm going to, but I'm just saying.
Patreon is cool.
It is, but I was saying, for 113 subs and 4 Patreons, that's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Because Patreon is something that's like, you got to think about it like this. The way the economy is going right now, and the way the whole situation with the issue that we're having in the world right now, because I'm not gonna say the words.
Oh, bro, say I'm not.
No, that's what I'm saying. But I'm not trying to. Period. I don't want them to follow me because they'll track you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you got to think about it. Like Patreon is something like I'm only gonna pay for a Patreon if I want that information.
Yeah.
Like if I want that information, die hard. Like if I die hard, and another thing is if I don't want to do my own research, and I don't want to actually take the time out of my day and sit down and learn that research, of course I'm gonna pay for a Patreon. And it's like I want to get more in-depth information. So it's like it's another bill because you got to think about it. You're paying a monthly fee for something. You know what I'm saying? And it's like for Ricky to have 4 Patreon people, that's good because eventually the number will, because 4 is always a good number. So 4 can go to 12, 4 can go to 16, it can go to 25. Like it's a good number. 4 is a good number to start off with. Period.
Yeah, but he only has one tier, $5. There's no multi tiers. It's only one tier, $5.
So he
doesn't have an entry, mid, and a high.
Yeah.
But here's the thing I'm going to throw out there too, because I get where you're coming from, Lawrence. You're not coming from a malicious place. Like you're trying to get the channel, and you're a content creator yourself too. And this is something I like to throw out there. It's like you see maybe something that I may not be doing on my channel that you think would be a great idea, but you're a content creator yourself. You can incorporate these ideas for your channel so it's something different than what I myself or what Ricky or what Ray's doing.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, dude. All I have is a cell phone. So you have a computer.
All my videos are made on cell phone.
That's all you need.
No, dude. That's not what I'm talking about.
I got you.
Oh,
all I have is my cell phone. So when it comes to sharing screens, doing all that other stuff, you're doing that on your computer. I can't share screens on a mobile phone. You know what I mean? So when you're talking about topics and you can do your screen share and all this other stuff, I can't do that. Yeah, I can upload videos. You can upload videos over a mobile phone, but there's features that I can't do on a mobile phone that you can do.
Well, on a live stream, yeah. I mean, but if you were making a video and you wanted to have a screen in the background that has information that you're referencing to, you can always use video editors like Power Director and things like that to kind of do that and take the baby steps over time to acquire what you need to enhance your channel more. To do it over.
The only reason I gave you that visible idea was because you have the history. You have over a 1-year history with visible.
Yeah.
So it would benefit you more than it would benefit me. So I'm only doing like I did a bunch of speed tests, but all of a sudden I'm telling you how to maintain your visible account.
Yeah.
So it would
No, no.
benefit you more than it would benefit me. So I'd rather
Actually,
share that. I would
I
rather
would say
share
this.
the information.
I would say this. It will benefit you just the same as it would benefit me. Like, throw all the numbers out the window because again, like you know, the subscribers. Some people look at the subscriber counts and think, okay, yeah, this person is established, or the time that you've been covering a certain topic, they think you're established. However, if there's someone interested in the topic, it didn't matter if you only had one subscriber. If you made a video talking about that topic, they're gonna watch it because they want to know. So, don't sell yourself less just because of experience in a certain field, experience in a certain topic, or the amount of following. You can build that if you have the idea. That's how you build on YouTube. You start from ground, you scratch your way up. Like I grew differently than a lot of other people. Like Tech Right has grown very fast and very huge. And I've been on YouTube longer than him. And I'm only at 11K. But 11K is a big accomplishment for me and for what I bring to the table. So I'm humble about it. But I say this to a topic that is hot, to a topic that most people want to know about. It doesn't matter the history of the content creator. It matters the information the creator is giving. So that's why I'm saying like you can make that video too, and it would help your channel as well for people to discover that you do speed testing, you know about mobile technology, you know about network build out. You could this is how you bring people in to find your channel and understand what you're doing by these
The
topics
funny
that
thing is,
yeah.
the funny thing is that day I lost two of my party pay people. Right.
Yeah.
Within an hour, and I would say within an hour and 35 minutes, I got the two back.
Yeah. And so from experience, that's why when you make that video and you convey that message on how it's done, you can speak from experience. Like I haven't lost anyone in my party pay and had to regain them back. So if I say it, it's gonna sound off as like a guy just talking about it. Versus you who's experienced it, you know it firsthand. People are gonna see the realism in what you're saying. Because you're gonna speak not only with the logic, but with the emotional side of it, how it affected you and how you were able to come out of it. Even though it's just something as losing two party pay members and bringing them
See,
back.
the biggest problem with the people on these Facebook groups is they're saying, "Hey, if you want to join my party, message me." What? So I gotta message you for you to check your message, for you to send me a link. Then hopefully after I send you the link, by the time I send you the link, then you still gotta approve me through the app. No,
Yeah.
that's why those people are struggling to get people on there because no one's gonna message a random person and say, "Hey, this is, can you send me a link? Can you send me an invitation?" No, I just post my link and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, two spots open. Come and get it." You know what I mean? It's like when Ray jumped off and didn't know what was going on. Then eventually he had to make one. I just say, "Give me your link, dude," and I'll just post it wherever I can post it. I'll look for posts where people are actually looking for people, and I'll somebody says, "Hey, I want to join somebody's party." I'll just hit them up. Say, "Hey, here's the link." You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, that's the way it should
If
be
you're
done.
doing
If
these
you want to get people to fill it out faster, just post
if
it
you're
on
doing
Twitter.
these multi stages where I gotta message you, then I gotta wait for you to message me back to say what's. Then they're gonna tell me how can I help you? I goes, "Yeah, I need your party pay link." And they goes, "Oh, nah, that's all right." No, I'm not gonna wait 2 days to get a response from you. People should
Yeah.
just post the link if they really want their stuff to be full instantly in less than a month, so they can go from 25 to 25, not 25 to whatever's. Just post the link on your Twitter. Join a Facebook visible group. Go in there. If you're still at only two, go into the group and look for people that's looking for you. And then as soon as you get that, you message them. And
All
also
right,
what I've
fellas.
done, I bookmarked. So when I go to that visible page, like Ronaldo's one, I
Yeah.
bookmarked Ronaldo's one. So every day I go to my bookmarks and I check if am I missing anybody. Or I go to YFS and I'll open up the link and it will show that okay, his party plan is full. Ronaldo's party plan is full. Ronaldo's wife's party plan is full. As soon as I see if there something opens up, I'm gonna grab that link and start reposting it for them.
But see,
You know
I
what
was
I
going
mean?
to tell you too. I was going to tell you too, Lawrence. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking, I was like, this is when I was out of town. I was thinking, I'm like, that's what you should do. You should promote the hell out of Visible, and you should like. I'm talking about make videos and say, hey, look, Visible. Well, you don't have to start from the beginning and be like, hey, you should switch over to Visible, blah blah blah. You should just, you should just keep people informed and let people know about this and that and this and
Yeah.
like you just said just now, like you just said, that is perfect because you can keep somebody's party full no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So you should just go. I'm not gonna say go live and make a video or something. You know what I'm saying? Because that will keep people in the loop, keeping their bill, and then not only that, but you might inspire somebody else to be the same way. They might be like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and do that. And it's like, you never know. Visible, they might look at that and they might come up with some, because I come from call center knowledge. And I know when you work in a call center, you have the employees, you have the team leads, and you have the people that are SMEs that walk around and they make sure that the employees are on the phone and everything else. So it's like you can create something with Visible like that. You can have it to where people are coming to your channel to see, if this person's party plan is full, or if they want to start their own party plan or anything. The wheels is always turning in my head. Trust me. So I always got something going.
Yeah, because with multiple channels, you always got to be thinking of different ideas how to cover all your bases.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where for me, I'm kind of keep it simple right now. Just just inform people of what it's like to be using the networks in Hawaii, and I want to get to that point where I start generating enough revenue where I can say, you know what, I can post a video saying I'm going to Maui in a couple of days. I'm going to show you what it's like to be in Hana, to be in Wailuku, to be in Lahaina, where all the tourists go.
I'm all right. Okay, I'll change it.
You know what I mean?
Wow,
So
YouTube
right
is being a
now,
bunch
I'm
of
just
buttheads, bro.
What happened?
Nah, my wife she's commenting on the stream, but it's not showing.
I
Like, I
tell
don't
you,
know.
man. That's why I got multiple. That's why I'm making multiple. That's why I'm making three, maybe three channels, because it's like it's too much, man. It's too much.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it in there. She's
I
my
don't.
biggest fan, so she wanted to pop in and say hi to everybody. And I'm like, what's happening?
no,
Working.
I'm just grateful for the 73 people that I have sub to my channel. You
And
know
I'm
what I
gonna
Yeah.
tell
mean?
y'all. I'm gonna tell you guys why. Because it's like people still think, like the other day when I was with Carlos and we was in Gigi stream, people really think that I'm gonna make 13 YouTube channels. It's not a channel. Like I'm not gonna make videos. Like I would literally lose my mind. Like I
Yeah.
would go insane. I have multiple YouTube channels because I don't want I don't want to get my technology channel cluttered with movie stuff. So that's why I dedicated a YouTube channel, YouTube page, or whatever you want to call it, to movies. Then I don't want to get my movie channel flooded with anime and comic books, even though they go hand in hand together. But that's how weird I am. So I have a dedicated anime and dedicated comic book YouTube channel. And then it goes on and on and on. The same thing with cryptocurrency. I have a cryptocurrency channel and I only want to see cryptocurrency content on that channel. I don't want to get it confused with the movies and the comic books and the Android and iOS and tech. That's
You,
why I
you
do it.
you basically don't want a variety channel.
No,
Hold on. So Grant says he can see my wife's comment. Bro, I got my tablet here running the YouTube stream so I can see it in real time. I don't see it on there.
I was gonna tell you too, Tito, that this is something for the last like 2 weeks now. I've been noticing that when you
Yeah.
do StreamYard, it's some type of it's like a 4.5 milli. It's like a 4.5 second delay.
Now that's a major delay right now because the last comment I see is this one from
Yeah.
Rob. Yeah, and then I
And see,
see
it's weird.
You know what?
It's weird. It's weird.
Ronaldo. See, you too modest and nice. Okay, remember when they made the comment you're gonna make a dog rescue video, dog rescue channel? I would have said, man, then you would have been my first rescue.
Nah, I laugh at it. I laugh at it, Lawrence, because it's like when people say stuff
No,
like
but
that,
I mean, if
and
you
you
know,
already
if you're
got,
gonna
yeah.
no, but if you no, it does. It's not meant to be serious. If they're gonna have jokes, you can throw the joke right back at them. So the joke was you're gonna have a dog rescue channel. My joke would be, yeah, you're gonna be my first rescue then.
I ain't worried about it, Lawrence, man. People,
No, but you know
people
what I
don't
mean.
know. Yeah,
But if
I
they're
know.
gonna
I
throw,
know what you.
no, but
I
if
know
they're
what
gonna
you
throw
mean.
jokes at you, you should throw them right back because they're gonna know that you're throwing a joke back at them.
I just
You know what I
laugh
mean?
at it, man. Because people don't get me. Nobody. The only person that get me
No,
is my wife.
but you understand what I'm saying, right? If they got jokes, you should be able to throw it at them. But you too nice, not you too nice of a guy to throw the jokes right back at them.
Yeah. I just like I said,
You know,
I
like
just laugh at it, man. I just laugh at it.
my apartments don't allow pets, right? And my Chanel is actually my therapy dog. Random person yells out of their window, dogs are not allowed in the apartment. You know, I told him, then you should move out.
uh,
Oh man,
that's crazy. That's
that's
crazy, bro.
funny.
Because that sound came from a random apartment. It's just a sound that traveled. I have no idea what apartment it came from, but they said no, dogs are not allowed. Then I told them, then you should move out. You got jokes. I got jokes too.
Nah, I mean it's another thing is too. Like maybe like a year ago, I thought about it. I said because some of these, like I said, some of these channels have existed before I even had a YouTube channel. Like I've always had an anime dedicated channel. I've always had a movie dedicated movie channel. I've always had a dedicated comic book. I mean, not comic book. What do you call it? Just I've always had these. So it's like when you tell people these, they just don't understand. Like they don't get it. But I thought about it. It's like, why not use some of them? And when I say some, I mean maybe 3, because I'm not going to sit up there and use them all. That would be, like I said, insanity. But if you got multiple, like think about, I don't know if you watch Linus, Lawrence. I don't know if you know who Linus
Yeah, I do.
is.
He
Oh,
has
okay.
like,
Well,
yeah, Linus Tech. Dude has like 4 different channels.
Linus has 5. Linus has 5 channels that he literally posts content on.
I get
So
it. Yeah.
he knows.
No, act like that.
He knows how smart. He knows
No,
the
because
capabilities.
you know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I've been watching Linus for a while.
Man, I stay watching. I got Linus on Facebook. I got him on Facebook. I got him on YouTube. I don't think he has an Instagram page, but I know.
No,
I got
because
him
everything he does, it's like there's a certain channel where all he does is talk about his hard drives on this, and another one he talks about this, because he has to leave it. He has such a big crew where he can make a video, and then that team will take care of the editing for that. This team will take care of the editing for that. This team, all they do is, he probably just has a guy who sets up monitors for him.
He does. And he talks
But
about
that's
him
how
all the
huge
time.
he is. You know what I mean? That's how huge he
is.
is.
It's the real heavy set dude.
Yeah, but I mean, the way that you do it, where you have like a specific channel for movies, a specific channel for anime, that's actually a good move. And I tell people this a lot. You ever heard of Social Blade?
Yeah.
Yeah. So people get graded on their channels, right? And if your channel goes like left field, right field, backwards, goes in all different directions, you're graded lower only because you're all over the place. But when you have a channel dedicated to a specific thing, it says for that topic, your grade goes up. And so like that's why I tell people when they're like, like me, my channel is all over the place. I'm not worried about my grade, but there are people who are more serious than I am about creating content and having a YouTube channel. And I would tell them, like, should I bring this involved into my channel? Like, if it's a good idea and it's something you're going to do, longevity, build another channel specifically for that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So when you're like, you have all these different channels, I'm like, I see why you do it.
TubeBuddy is another good one.
Yeah. TubeBuddy helps the content creator like grow and see where they can make changes to position themselves. Social Blade just creates a channel based on like its content that it does.
Social Blade will let you know off the bat, like, hey, look, your last video, we're gonna give that a D.
Yeah. Right now, I'm sitting at a C+.
Like my Social Blade, when I logged into my Social Blade, I had a couple of B's, I had a couple of C's, I had one D, and that was that mystery unboxing channel. I mean, a mystery unboxing video, and I immediately deleted that video because I don't want no D on there. Because that I don't know, I ran out of ideas. I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm gonna do next. So I was like, let me just do a mystery unboxing. But then it was just so bad. I only got 40. I got like 45 views on that. I'm like, let me just get rid of it. Let me just get rid of this.
That's the stuff I sent you.
No, it was a mystery unboxing. It was a video I did like last year. This was an old video. This was a video I did like, I think it was like around this time last year. I had ordered a bunch of hard drives off of Amazon, and they were external hard drives that you plug in, that you just plug into the desktop or your laptop, even your phone. And it was multi. I think I ordered like 3 of them, and I played it into the video to where I didn't know what was coming. I was like, I don't know what that is. And the next thing you know, I was like, oh, I remember now. I got these a while back. Like it's mystery unboxing videos have kind of lost their flair. Like they were popular at one point. Like I remember like in 2017 and 18, they were highly popular. Like there was so many, like no matter where I went on my YouTube channels, there was mystery unboxings. And it was like and then now the biggest thing now is these people that go onto these auction websites and they just get like this. There's this guy called what is his name? Trantonics Fix. I think it's Trantonics or Tektronix. I can't remember his name. But what he does is he will go on eBay and he will buy a lot of phones or tablets or laptops that are broken, and he'll fix them. And then he'll tell you in the video, like, I paid $1,332 for 5 iPhone 11s that were broken, or I paid $900 for 3 laptops that were broken. And then
that's the guy that does like the PS4s, all the little handheld.
Yeah. He does. Yeah, I was gonna say that he does. That's how he got popular. He got popular off of PS4. But when I started watching him, the first time I started watching him, he was doing a lot of phone. Now he's going back to the phones. But he got popular because I remember he bought I think he got like a pallet of PS4s or something, and like he was like fixing them, and he would show like this hard drive went out or this disk drive went out. So it's like that's the biggest thing now. Now that's the most popular thing. I've been seeing a lot of people doing that. Like there's this other dude that I watch. He'll sit there and say, I got a lot of this, and that, and this. Boom, bam, boom, bam. And he'll be like, I could sell this for that. I can get rid of this. I can use this for parts. Like that's one of the popular things right now is that.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna end it in 6 minutes, bro, because we're about to hit the 3-hour mark.
Yeah, I was about to say I gotta get back to my daily chores.
Yeah, we'll just close it out there, man. But I thank you guys for coming on with me, man, and for everybody in the chat, bro. It's humbling, man. So I'm very grateful to hit this mark.
So your sister was okay after everything, because I guess she didn't hear you just stay on for a little while. She just jumped off.
Yeah, she's fine. She had to go center herself, because when she was talking about it, when she was coming out talking about that, she was a survivor of it. She kind of had flashbacks, right? That's why she was cutting out on the camera, like turning it off and the mic off and coming off and on. Well, she was trying to keep herself centered. So, but she's fine. She's doing good. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll end it here. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Steve for coming in, Technoid, Ricky, Robert, everybody. There's a lot of y'all to name. So, but I love you guys very much. You guys are awesome and amazing. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
One thing before you leave, if Ricky's still here, dude, I'm sorry, but add a little variety into it, man. Make a little video here and there. Because just live streams only, it's hard. I'm sorry, dude. It's hard to watch a 4-hour live stream. You know,
I don't expect anyone to watch this all the way through.
I watch his live streams in segments.
Yeah. But live streams are pretty long, but we gotta be saying. But all right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Aloha.